3, 2, 1.
Yo, we got your back when you driving to work or driving home. If you on a plane or you at the gym or you home alone, all you gotta do to listen to the shows, turn on your phone. Two Ugly Nerds podcast, tell you what's going on. This is the podcast.
Eric is ugly and would not judge anybody else.
Welcome to the podcast.
When did you learn that you were ugly?
Two Ugly Nerds podcast.
Welcome to the
What's going on, guys? Two Ugly Nerds podcast. Voice of the Black nerd community. I'm Derek, the guy who talks too much on this show. I don't sound happy. That's not fair. What's up? I'm always joined by Ian, Berserk Music, audio producer, super producer, engineer, IT. What else this nigga be doing? I don't know. I think he do a lot of shit. But you had my computer for like 2 weeks, bro. Doing shit to it. That I didn't know what the fuck was going on, so. Nigga smart. Always we got, well, I guess not always. I'm trying to get it to always. Geronimo, Miss Nintendo. Meow.
Howdy, partner. See, you tried to sneak into meow. You know what? I'm gonna acknowledge it this time. I don't appreciate it.
I'm not a fan of that.
We're gonna move forward with it. So, what up, y'all?
And we also got back as our guest today, Case Killer Cam.
Yo, what's good, guys? Happy Pride Month, and yeah.
Oh, this is our first episode of Pride Month, yeah.
It is.
Pride Month, yeah. Guess we'll have to try to get somebody on to talk about it.
Definitely.
Maybe somebody will suggest themselves. Probably not. Nobody ever does. But maybe.
I don't know. Just gotta reach out and be like, hey, if anyone wants to talk black nerd,
I just did.
Gay shit.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah.
Tell me you want to come on. Come on.
Tell us about the issues we don't know about, because if we don't know, there's no way we'll be
It's
able
Pride
to
Month, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, June.
This isn't even nerd shit. Whatever. you saw what Cuddy said?
No, I haven't. What did he say?
What do you say?
Cuddy said that he wants to have a drag makeover.
Huh.
Okay.
New album cover is gonna be lit.
Whoa! Nah, man.
Did he really say that? Oh,
no, legit. He really like.
Just
so
cut on Snapchat and do the little filter thing, man. You use a little drag makeover.
Nah, he said that he saw somebody else's drag makeover and he said he wanted to do it.
Okay.
And I mean, this isn't really surprising to me because he's been doing like he's worn the crop tops. He's done he's done effeminate type things.
Yes.
It's not. I'm not surprised. It doesn't affect how I hear the music. He's still my favorite artist of all time.
Oh, it's from BuzzFeed too.
Yeah, no, he tweeted it himself. Like he said, I see some of this. He said he wants one. So a bunch of people were like, "Oh, I'm supportive of you," and some people were offering to do it for free and all kinds of shit, or whatever. And so he's probably gonna do that soon. I'm saying I don't care. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't change the music he's made, how it impacts my life, how it still does. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But that also doesn't mean that I have to go see it. You know, like I don't have to go out of my way to go see it. I don't have to do that either.
I mean, that's part of it. You know,
No, it's not.
if you're gonna be a fan, you got to be a fan all the way.
No, you don't. No, you
Not
don't.
necessarily. I
Yeah, you
don't
don't.
co-sign
No, you don't.
everything Kanye says or does.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Kanye.
But man, when I was listening to
Kanye says,
Good Friday tracks the other night, I was like, man,
Fire. Good.
I
Those
I
were
was back
Lucy's.
in it.
Those
I
were
was
free
back in it.
Lucy's. Them Good Fridays was fire.
Yes,
Except for like
there's no
Come on,
doubt.
bro.
Like
Christmas in Harlem is still. I
Yes.
listen to that
I listen to
every
that in the
Christmas.
summer.
Every fucking Christmas, bruh. When it's Christmas week, you gonna hear Christmas in Harlem in my house at least 100 times. I mean, flames straight. Christmas in Harlem, right after autumn falls,
All right, definitely hear me
soaking it
humming.
all in. Then we go hit the. Tiana killed that shit, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna, bruh. Oh
Yeah,
my
she
god.
She did her thing.
Oh my god.
That-
What are
that
we
one
even
did
talking
be
about,
fun.
bro? Listen,
Listen,
I'm just saying.
Cuddy wanting drag makeover.
Yeah, he does. So, anyways,
More power to him.
yeah, Yeah, of course.
I
That's
have no
dope.
power- I
I'm
have
glad
no
he's
problem
doing
with
his
that.
thing. I'm glad he feels comfortable enough to express himself and everything like that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And really put himself out there. That's all I care about is Cudi being happy and healthy.
Same.
And if doing that is what is happy and healthy for him, then that's dope.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad.
There's
That's all I care
fans
about.
Of all his projects, all his music, especially some of the mixtape stuff.
Well, not all.
Or not-
Speed and Bullet to Heaven is still, we
Yeah,
don't have to-
I
we're just gonna
I
put
mean, I feel like that was probably one of his
Speedy
lowest
bullet to the
times.
trash.
Yeah.
Boom, like, pew, like, yeah, I heard them snippets. I was like, man, I
That's a
love
rough
Cudi,
album to
but
get through, dog. That is a rough one.
I
It is
can't
just like,
do it. I can't do it.
You gotta hit the pause a couple times.
Bruh.
Like, let me.
you gotta like recharge. After 2 songs, you're like, let me take a break.
Yeah,
that's
that's
it.
rough.
You know when you read like a real long book, you
Yeah.
get like 5 chapters deep. Like, let me
Yeah.
go walk a little
Me-
bit. Let me
me-
jump
me-
around a second. Let me
yeah,
take
me,
a piss or something.
Bro, that's
you do that after 2
Let me
tracks.
digest
That's a
this.
great
4.5 minutes in, you like, woo. Gonna have to live with those.
Bro, that's like the Great Gatsby. And it was a small book too. You just like, let me coast through something real quick. This is dry. All right.
Something was weird about Great Gatsby because, like, I feel like the premise would have been interesting enough, but like all the characters are like trash people. I don't know. It just was boring.
It was just like
I saw the
spoiled-
movie later and
was
was
like-
like, "This is
it's like-
okay."
It's like day old spoiled milk. You're just like, I don't like this. It's
Well, you understand what the whole premise of the book is, right?
not really.
The Great Gatsby is all about white privilege, right?
yeah, it is. It is.
Exactly what the premise of the book is. So literally, this guy comes out of nowhere, and just because he's white and is dressed properly, he tells people he's rich, and they all believe him.
And yeah, they're like,
Just
"Oh,
out of
yeah."
nowhere, just believe him, just because. Nobody knows what he does. Literally, everybody's curious. Like, what does he do? We don't know, but he has all these things and these servants, and who's paying these people? And it just, it's literally just this guy showed up out of nowhere and was able to walk himself
He
into
did
the
all that just
situation.
to impress
Shit.
one chick.
Yeah, I mean, he still had to, live his life, and his karma and things like that came back to him for things he did. But literally, in the meanwhile, there's other people with actual qualifications that couldn't get even to meet him or get past, these different barriers. So,
He just sounds like an influencer, like today's influencers.
I mean, literally.
Yeah, pretty much. It's
Literally.
like Fire Festival, but
It's like think about an
night
Instagram
parties.
influencer who's like always shooting videos like in a mansion or something. You know what I mean? Somewhere. Yeah, like that's not
Pretty
their
much.
mansion, but they might always be there. But they ain't shit in the mansion. You know what I mean? It's an empty mansion, but it's
They
theirs.
rented for the video.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
I'm just
So,
like,
These niggas living life. Damn, man,
Just let
that's
the
a nice
movie
place.
producers know, like, just hit us up, like 2 Ugly Nerds podcast, bro. Like, we got that movie ready for you, bro. Just let
the
you know.
Two Ugly Nerds podcast,
Mhm.
the movie.
The
But
movie.
yeah,
But yeah, that's what it is. What is this? Episode 46.
we're getting close to that big
Yes.
5-0,
We are.
and not Hawaii.
We are getting
What-
this.
what is
Yeah. Okay. That was wow. That was
Yeah,
rough.
that
That was rough. That was rough. That was rough.
Oh man, he took
Yeah.
that from the 3-point line.
I did.
No. He took that from
Half court.
Yeah.
I was like, man,
He thought he was Steph. He thought he was Dame.
the only way you can know
Nigga
if
thought he
you can
was
make
Dame.
it. The only way you know if you can make the shot is if you take it.
Yeah.
And I missed, but it's
Yeah.
okay. You know,
Bad.
at least I was on the court though.
Damn, I don't got the
I give you
drops
that.
today. You lucky I ain't got the drops
Yeah,
today.
Ian would have flamed your ass up.
Bro, I need the drop.
We gotta.
Charles Barkley was on the court, too, so.
All right, so
That is true.
all right, so yeah, episode 46. Man,
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're closing in on 54.
46, man. Okay. We are here today to mainly talk about E3 rumors, predictions, some of the stuff we're seeing now with leaks and stuff like that. So if you don't want anything leaked or spoiled, actually it's not gonna matter. You're gonna hear all this probably officially by the time this goes up anyway. But yes. So that's what we're here to talk about. I don't even have any quick facts. I'm gonna let Gerard, who's like the king of leaks, I'm gonna let him splash for the most part.
Splash?
Bruh, who put console T on the docket?
I was just talking
Y'all niggas be doing, bro.
I'm
Yo, every week I'm telling the people about what the fuck y'all be typing on this fucking docket, bro.
Bro, I just,
What the
I just
fuck called
playing
it
around,
console
bro. I'm just playing with
I'll
names.
give him
This nigga
my
Ian
props
be
for
bored,
thinking
bro.
about it. I mean, I was literally just gonna think of like this week in
I was
gaming.
working on the
but
docket
it's-
yesterday.
The name will change come next week.
Yeah,
y'all
it'll probably
hear a
be
different
something
name
different.
next
Nigga said
episode.
console T,
It's gonna
bro.
be, it's an
Yeah.
evolving,
Listen,
it's an evolving
yo.
segment.
You gotta
That's when
chill.
you got to pour, like, like some like a liquid in the liquid drop like.
Oh, the drop. The drop could be
That would be kind of lit, actually.
Oh, it could be the sound of the T thing from.
I get what you're trying to say.
Get Out.
Oh yeah,
console T. There it is.
console T.
Yeah.
I kind of like the name.
Let's actually we could do that.
Yeah.
As we're gearing up for these new consoles to be released and shit.
Yeah,
bro. You know, we sticking with that shit.
That's why I didn't really have a problem
Console T
with
about
it.
to slap.
That's
He's
why
right.
I didn't really have a problem. I was like,
I'm clipping the console T segment for Instagram every week. Yeah, we doing
Let's
that.
go.
We definitely doing console T.
Console
All right,
T.
before we get to
Let's
console
go.
T, our new segment, console T, as we watch these niggas fight it out for next gen consoles.
Yeah,
These
very-
niggas straight shit on the shit. He was like, man, this shit sucks, bro. Oh yeah, but when we put that drop there,
That shit flying now.
Can't say the title, bro.
Nigga Cam contributing, bro. That nigga trying to get brought up from the G League, bro. I feel you.
Oh man.
All right, no, look. Hey, can you turn the blind real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, appreciate you opening that up, man. It's a little dark in here
A
and
little light
sad
in
and
here.
shit. Yeah.
A little.
I mean, it's a
little dark out
rainy
there,
ass
out
day.
there.
It's been raining heavy today. Well, it's not raining heavy now, but it
But,
was earlier. But yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so
What's up?
the one quick fact that's in here, Swamp Thing got canceled.
Tragic.
Shocker. No, I mean, listen, they talked about it before. They came out and made an official statement basically telling people, you know, this is what happened, this is why. They didn't really give super details, but the rumor was that they just they didn't like the direction, something between them and like the writers or whatever. They couldn't agree on where they were taking the show or where they were trying to go with it, and so they canceled it.
I'm hesitant to even finish the show now.
Yeah, so I haven't even started Swamp Thing. I just
Saw the first episode 2 days ago.
Yeah. So I didn't start it yet. I haven't even finished Doom Patrol. I still got like 3 episodes of Doom Patrol left. So I need to get to that shit. Maybe not today. I don't know. I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we got it's canceled after season 1. I don't know if that's good or bad. I don't know how much this was going to tie in maybe with the other shows, and they were making this.
It didn't look like it. It doesn't look like it's even associated.
I mean, I think they are going to do some. I think they are trying to build some like little universe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where these characters do kind of exist, but they're all very starting out and very limited to like what's happening in their area. You know, so the Titans are dealing with stuff up here in one area, and Doom Patrol is over here in this area dealing with stuff. But we already know that they've seen each other, even though obviously some actors and things have changed. So Swamp Thing, I haven't seen it yet, so I don't know exactly how it was gonna tie in somewhere maybe. But just the style of shows, even just the way the shows look, they all look similar too. Like they're in like a certain type of, I don't know, it's like an aesthetic the show gives. So they all seem like, it feels like they are in the same universe, even though they're all in different places in that universe potentially. I don't think it's a big deal. To combat that, though, they came out and let us know that July. Fuck, I don't remember the date. July something. Young Justice Part 2 of Season 3 is coming out. And they're dropping 3 episodes per Friday again. So every Friday you're going to get another 3 episodes. Sometime in July, so sometime next month it drops. I can't remember the exact day.
July. Well, you said it's only gonna be on Friday.
Yeah. So they have the release dates for the second part of Young Justice Outsiders. They will be airing on DC Universe throughout July, every Tuesday. Actually, sorry, that's why I knew the dates were off. July 2nd, July 9th, 16th, and 23rd, and the 23rd. So all July we'll get the second half of season 3 of Young Justice. So that's gonna be great. Again, it's been great this whole time.
Yeah. The show,
Young Justice is perfect. It's a great show. What else is happening here? There was something else they said too. Titan season 2 is still going on. They said Doom Patrol season 2 is still coming. So Swamp Thing doesn't seem to have affected anything else. It's just what happened with Swamp Thing. It's a thing on its own, and stuff like this happens. I think we just have to get you like. Sometimes business gets in the way of shit, and that's just what it is. So, anyways, that's all the quick facts. Ian, you can talk about technically speaking, and I got one for technically speaking.
Okay. I got two
Technically.
Technically, the Xiaomi and the Oppo phone, I think it is. Is that the other one? They figured out a way to put the camera under the screen.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Yes. And Xiaomi did us a service in telling us how they did it.
Of course they did.
They just took the camera and slid it under there and
That's
slapped the
basically
glass
how
on
they
it.
explained it.
Seems like that's
They
all
just-
you had to do.
Like, bro, y'all been thinking way too hard.
Don't see why it was so complicated.
Y'all aren't too
Yeah.
worried about if you
How long
could.
did this take y'all to figure out? Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So you just put the screen over the camera. That's that's
All right,
yeah.
well,
I bet that puts it under the screen.
I guess so.
They use some transparent layers on the upper and lower parts of the screen.
Niggas is lying, bro. Them niggas said.
Glass and more glass.
Them niggas
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
Y'all don't got video, but
And,
no,
and they're saying because of this, they're able to put a bigger sensor under the screen
That's neat.
instead of the way like we have the hole cut out, which
Oh,
is
yeah, okay.
limiting. Now they can put a huge sensor under the screen for better pictures. So this will probably give us better quality on it. Like they were able to put a 20 megapixel camera under that screen.
Wow.
oh damn. Okay.
So everyone else in 2020 having
Yeah.
cameras on the screens, they're following
hey
suit.
man, if 2020 don't bring a bunch of
I think
They
it's
kinda
2020,
have
but
no
like
excuse.
2021, you'll probably get everybody on the
Well,
same
I
on
mean,
the same
I
page.
mean, at least like
Because
the
you got to
big
think the
dogs.
phones for next year are pretty much
Yeah, they're in development. Right
in
now.
development,
They-
pretty much, and they're
in
pretty far
R&D.
along.
Yeah, that's true.
We're halfway through 2019, so the next year phones are ready.
2021 probably.
They've
We'll
got
probably
to
start seeing.
They've got to get these out to then start.
We'll probably start seeing those
getting them
under
in.
the screen phone next year at those press conferences.
Yeah,
for
towards
phone
the-
that comes
that's
out
right.
after.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Exactly, bro.
Also, Apple had their
Let's talk about it.
DC.
Hey, bro.
Let's talk about
2019.
Hey, bro, I was thinking of making some new mac and cheese, and I was thinking, you know what? I think I need a new way to kind of get the cheese, like, kind of get it shredded on there.
Perfectly,
So I thought I
man.
saw that stand.
And you're like, that's
No, I saw that the new iMac or whatever, and I was like, yo, that's like
that
a
thing
huge,
is a beast.
dope
It's a
grater. That's a
huge cheese grater.
$6,000 cheese grater right
That's
there.
a-
nigga.
It's not a
beast.
gimmick; it's a feature.
It's a feature.
That's a beast, bro.
It's a computer that you can.
I would
also
buy it
put
if I
cheese on.
could. And that's my thing. If I'm rich, I'm not like. I would probably just like fix my car. I like my car. I'm gonna fix my car up, shit like that. Like, I don't need fancy car shit, but shit like that, I'd buy that. You said that's how much? Yes.
6,000. That's the starting price. Too.
Yes.
Six
Yeah, that's the
Ow.
base model.
That's just with I think
That's
it's-
the base. And hey, you know what? And
How
you know what,
many-
Scoot? Apple some G's too, bro, because they said that price confident, like it was a steal. They said that
Like
price.
it was a
They
steal.
said that price like it was.
This
They
is
were
a
saying
deal.
$250.
It's like yard sale deal, bro.
Like, bro, they said that shit like you was getting this shit on eBay, bro.
You don't know how good we doing, y'all.
Yo, yeah, bro, for real.
That's really how it felt.
Literally, I was like, y'all know y'all said 6,000, right?
6 with the
Not 600.
3 zeros afterwards.
6,000,
I
bro.
didn't see the decimal till like after 3 zeros.
Yeah, and I'm seeing this article here saying that after upgrading it fully, you're looking at 35,000 possibly.
Yeah, easy.
Oh man,
That's insane, bro.
I'd spend it in a heartbeat if I had it.
I could.
In a heartbeat, I'd
I
spend
think
it.
it starts with like,
And that's just the stand. You still got to get the monitor separate, which is like
we're
another
not even on the monitor.
2,000. That's what I'm
We ain't
saying.
even- we ain't
That
even talked
shit-
about
the monitor is like another
I feel like-
2,000.
We
I
still
feel like
on the
the
computer itself, and this
yeah.
shit's looking like 35,000, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
obscene.
35
And
alone.
how much is the monitor? I don't even
Monitor
know.
like another 2 or 3, I think,
2 or 3.
because it's like a 8K. Some shit.
So I saw somebody make a case about the whole stand being separate thing, and he was saying that a lot of creators, they usually don't get, or they would take the stand off. They would usually have their own stand. So I suppose in that respect, if you have your own stand that you're accustomed to, you don't really need their stand. So,
I mean, I feel like.
but that being a sold separately thing is. But the monitors still that they get still come with stands.
I feel like I have
You
to see
know.
the price of the last iMac that came with the stand and see what this one is without the
I think it's
stand.
been
Like the
years.
price.
Is this the first time they're making like a monitor, like just a monitor?
Oh yeah. I think so.
It's been like what 4 years or something.
Oh, since what?
Or I mean, I don't think it's. I mean, they obviously don't release these like annually.
Yeah.
But I think it's been like at least 3-4 years since they last did. I remember they were talking about like closer to like 8K monitor or something,
Yeah,
and I was like, that's crazy. But if you're hype, deep in the graphic design and all that, you gotta see all the pixels,
you gotta see
color
all those
accuracy.
pixels,
Then sure. But like, I'd have to see like the price of that one and see, this.
Yeah,
one
listen, this is
with
not
and
for
without
you
the
to
stand.
buy your kid. You know what I mean? You
are
are a
wealthy.
super professional. No, but you got to also be a professional at what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is what I expect niggas at the top. Or this is what I expect like Hype Williams is making videos with and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like those type of niggas are gonna have shit like this. This is not. Hey, I'm trying to make my dreams come true, and I need that. No, you don't. You don't need this MacBook to make your dreams come true of being a videographer or a video editor or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's steps. Work your way up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. It's a beast of a machine, literally, and that's fine. Like, it doesn't have to be affordable for everybody. It's cool. Yeah, and I'm a little jealous. But it's what it is. I'm not gonna lie. I got a little excited, more excited than probably most people did about it. But the little sign in with Apple thing, I really like that. Like, I really want that.
Oh, sign it.
Yes. To me, that's clutch because I hate like when you go to these other sites and you got to sign in with Google. I'm okay with signing with Google on some things, but a lot of shit are like, oh, you want to sign in with Facebook? You want to sign in with this? You want to sign? No, I don't. And now that all these different apps basically are going to be able to update themselves to have a sign in with Apple and not have to connect some other profile to it. That makes it so much easier, and also makes it easier to get rid of some of the social media because half the reason Facebook is still up is there's some good memes on there, I guess, but mostly I just got so much shit
attached to it,
logged in through Facebook that if I deactivate my Facebook,
it'll break it.
I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, how do I get in here again? Like, oh shit, I don't even, you know what I mean? So this signing with Apple thing, I think is dope. I think that's cool. I know it's not groundbreaking technology. It's not new. You've been able to do it with like Google forever and Facebook and stuff like that. But I think it's cool that they integrated it themselves, and so I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I've been signing in with Google all my life.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep doing that. What was dope though was that
for the sites that let you, but there's a lot of sites that don't let you sign in with Google.
What sites? There's sites that exist that don't let you sign in with Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
no. I mean, like, so, like, it'll like say you're signing up for a site, right? And it's like, oh, you gotta attach another account. Most times they want
sites
you.
Are like that.
Yeah, a lot of them want you to attach a social media
like
or
Google,
even like a LinkedIn or something like that. So it's mostly Facebook. They want you to attach, things like that. And then sometimes there are some like apps and stuff out there that they'll let you sign in with your Google account normally because you're trying to attach like maybe your Google Drive because you're pulling files from it or something like that. Like normally because of something like that. But there are plenty of other sites that if you're not trying to do something with a specific Google function, there's no sign in with Google option for a lot of apps and shit like that.
I didn't know that. I guess I don't use a lot of apps. What's cool though, the encrypted email thing that they got.
That's big. That's
pretty
very
big.
important.
I think that's cool.
They said you can just delete the email in case you sign up for some shit and you don't want to get emails from them anymore. And I like how they do it, like this encrypted email that forwards to your actual email.
Yeah,
that's pretty dope.
Yeah, I like that.
What else did they announce? They announced iOS 13.
Yeah,
it's coming with a bunch of features that should have came with iOS 12, 11, 10, 9, and 8.
True. You're not wrong.
Finally, dark mode is coming to the iPhone.
I'm happy for y'all, man.
Yeah, so it's fucked up, right?
Yeah.
I got this work phone, right? Let me tell you something. You know what phone? What phone is this, Ian?
I don't know.
Wait, that's Samsung? I don't know if that's like Galaxy S, whatever. That might be like
I gotta see the back.
That's might be one of the budget ones.
Oh, it is a Samsung. Wait,
yeah, it is.
It's a Samsung,
but it's not a Galaxy S, whatever. It's probably one of the cheaper ones.
You sure it's not Galaxy?
Or what they call not the A ones, but.
Oh no, that's a Galaxy S9. Is that it?
No.
Or
it doesn't have the curved screen or whatever.
Oh no, is that a 10?
Is that a
Galaxy S10?
Nope.
What is it?
for the listeners?
Well, I just want Ian to know that Gerard is kicking your ass at this technology shit. Okay, because he got way closer to you. The only reason I even know what the fuck this phone is called is because I had to.
I ain't been in the Android ecosystem in a while.
Listen, the only reason I know what this phone is called is because it froze, which my iPhone doesn't do, and I had to restart the shit. And when I restarted, it flashed its big ass name in front. It's a Galaxy A6, is what it is.
Oh, A something.
This is a Galaxy A6, is what this phone is. It's the phone that the company decided to get me.
There's just some YouTubers I follow, and they review like the high ends to the mid ends, the budget phones.
So they decided to get me
something.
this phone.
Yeah, that's why
Nothing.
it froze, because the A something.
Yeah, see, you can't
their
blame
budget
that
line.
on
Yeah, all right, bro. I bet you if I go get a
iPhone's budget.
the XR, it won't freeze.
What's it? The iPhone
XR, and it won't freeze.
I mean, but if you also get the S10, it won't freeze.
Well, I didn't have a choice. I didn't. They went to the store themselves and said, "Here's your phone." Like,
So you can't knock Samsung for that.
I can't knock Samsung for their phone freezing.
I mean, that's you got a cheaper phone.
I mean, what this the OS they
What?
use? Do they still use
that phone
TouchWiz?
is cheaper than XR.
I think it's based on the software at this point. That's the TouchWiz, right? Or do they still
I don't
call
know.
it
I
that?
didn't buy it. It's whatever. It's just
They still use
literally
TouchWiz?
TouchWiz, yes.
Does this still? Yeah. Like so. Listen. Let me tell you something, bro. Swipe coming to iOS is cool. I like it.
That's neat.
I didn't give a damn.
But
I use Google keyboard anyway.
That's
but
not
this
really worth
shit-
making a joke about.
this
That's
shit-
neat.
It's terrible. Maybe it's because it's got to get used to me typing and learning what I'm typing and shit like that. Maybe that's part of it, if I remember correctly. So I'm gonna give it some time.
What keyboard are you using?
The Samsung keyboard that come with the shit.
Using the Samsung keyboard.
Yeah,
what do you want me to do?
See, I've
Well,
never had a Samsung. phone,
No.
so I don't know all the-
What do you want me to do, bro?
No. So if the argument is going to be Android and Apple, so the argument is Android versus Apple. It's not Samsung versus Apple, because if Samsung puts out a product, their phone crashes, they had the keyboard shitty.
But you're
like,
also
oh, you gotta upgrade to this,
comparing this cheaper Samsung phone to the cheapest Apple phone, which is $700. Like, come on, bro. It's not comparable.
What does that have to do
It's
with?
a false comparison. You can't. It's like
Bruh, okay,
you need to compare that phone to, like, I don't know, iPhone 5 or some shit.
It's probably get like this.
So that does not tell me that's the gap between iPhone and Android is even greater then? If I got to go back years to compare it to a phone they just put out?
I mean, that's
They
their
just
budget
put that-
line. The budget. If
But
if
even
that's the one
forget
they
that.
just.
But even no, but
I
I'm
don't know when
saying,
this came out. When
I
that-
have no idea. But even forget
have to
that.
look it up.
Even forget that. What is? You can't tell me you can't have a comprehensive keyboard that comes with your phone. Like Android, you could get another keyboard if you wanted to, but the keyboard that comes with your phone is a good keyboard.
I mean, I ain't never really messed with Samsung keyboards. I've only ever used Google's keyboard. So
Yeah, same.
I'm just saying, bro. I don't want to have to. And listen, I guess the main thing too is as the phone stuff is still kind of getting set up and they're looking at the phone and stuff like that. I'm not trying to have like, them be like, oh, this nigga downloaded 100 apps on the first day on his phone or something like that. I don't know if they watching it like that or nothing like that. So that's, I'm not trying to do. I'm not jailbreaking the phone and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a work phone. That's what it's for. That's what they gave it to me for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to overdo it, but at the same time, it's just. If I get it's not even about the hardware or anything like that. It's just if we both get handed a base model of a phone or something, whatever the cheap one is or whatever, like I just expect I'm not expecting the fastest and smoothest maybe transitions and stuff like that, but at least there should be like the keyboard should feel good and it shouldn't feel like I'm always hitting 10 letters on the keyboard. Like just no, I don't understand because I'm looking at this phone and it is smaller than my my XS.
I was about to say you
right?
also comparing it to
is
the
smaller.
XS. Like
It is smaller, so I don't deny that. But you see it, and I'm saying it's almost full screen. The screen size is damn near about the same. It's hard to tell. I know it looks crazy because you look at the phones next to each other, but when you put it in there, you see that the screen sizes are damn near the same.
Oh, it's probably because of the bezels.
Right. So when you look at it,
phone enthusiasts say that the chin and the forehead.
So you see that the phones are basically the same.
What phone is that?
Huh?
It said Samsung.
Google A6. Oh, the Samsung A6. Yeah.
A6.
Yeah.
I think that's recent.
I think the S is a little bit wider, maybe, but it's like there's no space between the letters on here, so just typing sucks. But swiping sucks too because it doesn't know what I'm trying to type yet.
Everyone wants the most screen real estate as possible, and no bezels, and what was the last year? A notch or whatever. I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to relearn this Android shit and
get rid of that Samsung keyboard. I think that's what the
consensus is.
The main thing is.
I mean, yeah, maybe
I've heard weird things about the Samsung keyboard. I've never had a Samsung phone myself, but from what I've heard, it's been.
I never had a problem with it when I used to have it before. When I had my S3, I didn't have a problem with it. It was fine. I mean, granted, I did change the keyboard and shit a lot, but mostly just because I could, not because I didn't like the base thing. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I didn't like the base interface, so that's why I changed a lot of shit on it too. But I was willing to I would have stuck with the regular. I mean, I think there was actually one time where I'd done too much shit to my phone. I had to reset it, and I just left it on the, everything, factory for a while just to give it a break. Mm-hmm. And yeah, shit happens. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm used to seeing jobs give people the iPhones for work, not Android. That's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know in a bad way, but I haven't seen that, so it's kind of it's a little different.
Right.
But hey,
listen, I'm very glad. I didn't even see this one before, but I'm really happy that they're removing the dashboard in the new Mac OS. That makes me happy.
That's like the bar at the bottom, right?
No, it's this. So when you hit this button, nobody has a Mac. When you hit this button, it takes you to a page where it kind of shows everything that's open, like little apps and weather and all kinds of shit that's open, shit that you might not even have clicked to open. It's still open, like kind of in the background all the time. It takes you to this little dashboard thing. Just getting rid of that page, which
that's good.
I was trying to disable it myself. I was like, I hate this fucking page. Yeah, I don't know. Ian knows my desperation to get back to a MacBook.
Good step.
Weird fascination.
Yeah, I like the Mac.
It has some good ideas. I mean, it's based off Linux. Not to get too deep into the OS stuff, but yeah, I like how when you plug in a hard drive or whatever, just an icon pops on there. Yeah. That's easier than just having to fight Windows and be like,
hey,
can I detach this safe? It's like, nah, bro, you have one file open somewhere. Yeah. And I'm like, clearly I don't. And then Windows is like, actually, sir.
Yeah, what you don't know.
There's something in the background you can't see, but I see the shit, so you need to wait. It's like,
you need to fucking Lex.
Exactly. And Apple was like,
or I'm going to corrupt your file.
Dead ass.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Mac OS got some cool things for it. Honestly, it's just the price.
I'm not saying I'm not arguing about it being better or anything like that.
Yeah. I'm not either.
I think at this point, I've always wanted to try one. I got to try one for a while, and to me, it was just to me now it's just a preference. It's just like, okay, I do like this. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah. What else happened? They got the new iPad OS too. But that was kind of interesting that they actually now I like that though. I like the fact that it's not just like an expanded iOS anymore. Like now that means there's a team specifically working on things to better that platform, and I'm always a fan of that. You know what I mean? Like same kind of things I complain about like in FIFA. I wish it was a team that's working on one thing over here, but another team that's working on things over here too. I like that. If there's a team working on iOS specifically and a team working on iPad OS and a team working on Mac OS, like I think that's good to have.
I wonder if we can switch teams because the iOS team is lagging. They what are they doing?
They sleep.
But they spent an hour talking about how amazing dark mode is.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, See, I was a little bit annoyed by that. I was like, bro, why are they talking about
revolutionary?
He's like, look at this.
Look at vibrance. Look at the contrast.
Are you serious?
Bro? Yo, literally, it was wild.
I mean, you can save battery. Well, you can save battery. Yes. But damn, bro,
they talked about that shit like it was going cure your cancer if you ever get cancer. the dark mode will cure it for you right there. That's how they made it sound, bro. Literally, he'd just go to different apps. He'd be like, "Look at this app, and now, it's that vibrant black." Like, okay, bro, we get it.
That's disrespecting my time.
I like how they make the taskbar and all that shit look. Everything's more transparent.
No, I love it. I loved how it looked.
But
how it looked. And don't get me wrong, actually, this phone is always in night mode too, and I love how it looks. I love how night mode looks. I'm glad I got to experience it here.
Night mode's great, man. It saves lives, saves my eyeballs. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I hate when there's apps that I can't make,
dark.
Like
right now, I'm pissed that WhatsApp hasn't.
Yeah,
there's no dark mode.
WhatsApp
has
no dark mode.
It every day so
Gmail
far.
don't got no fucking dark mode.
Yeah, Gmail don't got dark mode.
Gmail has skins, but
no. Well, on your laptop, but on your
phone.
On your phone, you can't make it dark.
You can't make it dark.
right, man.
So yeah, it's just like, bro, get your shit together. But other than that, I mean, yeah, they talked about that way too much. They really kind of overdid it. You good?
Yeah, state of plays going on in the background. So
Okay, yeah.
There's a state of play today.
Yeah.
They're showing the Star Wars game.
They also show us.
I've been glancing
footage
at
of Neymar's attempted false accusation.
Oh,
They're what?
You didn't hear about that?
No, I know about Neymar. What?
That was false. That rape accusation was hella false.
Oh, was?
Yeah, like he actually had a video. Like he put a video up before they actually started, and she hit him first, and like she started wailing on him. He was like, "Bitch, get out of here!" And then he kicked her out of the room, and she was like, "Oh, like he tried to rape me." She was trying to get into a fight with him to say that, "Oh yeah, he hit me."
yikes!
Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
The fuck?
All that shit was fake.
Okay. Well, that's good. I'm glad Neymar is clear to that. I listen. I'm not his biggest fan, but I'm glad that No, I do like Neymar, but I don't like his antics. But I wouldn't wish or hope that he'd do something like that. He didn't seem like the type of person who would need to or would do something like that. And I'm very glad that it's been proven that he didn't do that. That's great. Anyways, back to what we're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see what happens with some of this Apple news. It is pretty good. We do need to keep up with kind of the news that's going as it goes. But those were your two, right? My last one, we did kind of talk about it. Basically talking about this phone trying to adjust back to the Android shit and just like shit that's just like weirdly different or not understanding. You know what I mean? Like it took me 5 minutes to figure out how to reply to niggas in WhatsApp on this phone. Like I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it is a lot different in iOS.
Yeah. Literally, you just click and reply. Like, and this, like, to me, that makes sense. This is like, and it didn't try to train me at all. Like, it wasn't like, hey, do this to reply to people. I was just clicking shit forever, and then finally, I accidentally swiped, and it was like, no, I think I clicked and held, or I did something. So you. And finally, WhatsApp was like, hey, you can swipe right to reply, and I was like,
oh, to reply. Oh yeah.
It's like quote somebody and reply to somebody specifically. Yeah,
I found that by accident actually. The swipe. I think iOS had that first, and then Android
you
added
on iOS.
later.
You can
swipe to reply.
Yeah, you can do that.
No, but
that's
you
how
can
I've
just,
been doing it.
I just long press and hit reply.
You can do both. I do swipe most.
I didn't know that. See, I didn't know that.
Swipe is dope though, because it's like you'd be like, oh, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, oh shit. And you just type with
I mean, I get it now. I didn't know I could do that on my iPhone, but
I didn't know I could do it until my sister told me that that's a thing that you could do.
Someone in like the old chat mentioned it. They're like,
who knows?
Just swipe.
This was last year. Someone was like, oh, you can't swipe and reply. I was like, nah, man, it looks dope. I wish I could do that. I will long press.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. Let's get into console T. I don't have a sound.
Man. Now I really wish we gotta work on that. Yeah, man. But yeah, this is console T.
That's how it sounds when like the pot is the water is boiling.
Yep.
Okay, y'all get it. Console T. Okay. First up, Google Stadia pricing, initial game line up. Boy, did
that was a lot of shit, man.
Boy, did they drop the ball.
Yeah, y'all gotta fill
Boy,
me
did
in
they
on this
drop
one.
this ball. I think.
Swing and a miss, fam.
No, let me tell you something. I'm not too mad at the prices and things. A little more mad with the fact that they didn't have a more comprehensive way for you to get games.
And
I just kind of expected more than that. And why the fuck they think their controller's worth $70 is
that's some
fucking
Nintendo stuff, which
beyond
is
me.
really funny to me. Because their Pro Controller is $70. I mean, you can find it for like $50 now if you look around, but it retails at $70.
The controller looks okay, but bro,
a
it's bro. Come on. And then they stole buttons from Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah, they did.
A, X, B, and Y. Like, come on, bro.
It's weird.
Like, which one do you want to be, bro?
Why can't you just settle on one?
Hey, man,
You know, all the main three got different stuff already. Like everyone's X button is different.
Actually, they stole from Nintendo.
Oh, really?
Sure.
The ABYX.
Is it? Is it? What is this? B on the
literally how
bottom?
It's B on the bottom.
It's B's on the bottom.
B is on the bottom for. Nah, this is Xbox.
Oh, this is Xbox. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's Xbox. Which I'm glad because that's I mean outside Nintendo that's what I'm used to. But
minus the sticks in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Look, here's my thing.
It's weird.
No waiting for game downloads. Okay, the speed thing is weird to me. So if you've got a recommended minimum, they said is 10 megabytes per second, you're gonna have 60 FPS at 720 frames per second. I mean, at 720 pixels. Sorry.
That's not too bad. I mean, for most like games,
I mean that's pretty. That's like
that's pretty like resolution wise. That's low. That's like looking at the Switch screen and something's like naively the
Right,
Switch.
right,
That's
right,
like
right.
whatever is naively running on. That's that like blown up bigger. Which depending on the game, it doesn't look bad.
I mean, I could imagine if I was playing right here.
The option to
Yeah,
test
like
the
on a
connection.
laptop, honestly,
I
like
probably would be okay with that.
that's straight on a laptop.
But I can't imagine that if I was playing on a big screen on my TV
You're gonna see
that I would hop into it. Here's my thing. I think the 129 for the
whole what's it called
the Founders,
The Founders
edition.
Yeah.
I actually think it's okay. So you got the Stadia base. They don't have the free edition. It's starting off with $9.99 a month, 3 months included in Founders edition. Resolution up to 4K, frame rate 60 frames. So it's $10 a month. Buy games whenever you want. Yes, additional free games released regularly. Yes, starting with Destiny 2, the collection. Stadia Pro exclusive discounts on select game purchase. Yes. So you'll get some sort of discount on games, I guess, as well. Here's my thing. And I need to double check this. What all comes in the?
Oh, you click the link in the
Yeah, I'm trying to
docket.
see it now. I'm trying to see what.
Yeah, that embedded
Okay, so
link.
what's in the box? So for $129, this is why I think this isn't too bad. For $129, you get the Stadia controller, which is $70 on its own.
Yeah.
You get the Chromecast Ultra, which is $75 on
Oh, it
its
comes
own.
with it. Cool.
Oh, is this me? Yeah, it is. How do I cut this shit off?
And then it comes with a couple, like, just one game, or is it a few games that it comes
I think it comes with
it comes with Destiny.
The Destiny 2 collection.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, and it comes with. Sorry, yes. What's
I'm assuming that does not include.
So it
the
comes night
expansions coming
blue.
out.
I like the controller color, that night blue. You get a USB-C to A cable. You get a power adapter with integrated cable. I thought a game came with it.
I could have sworn it did.
A game came
the
with what?
Founders
The console?
Edition?
Oh yeah, it comes with Destiny.
Oh, let me scroll.
Oh, well, Destiny's free to play.
No,
Right?
but it comes with Destiny the collection,
Like all the content.
unless
Except for maybe
there's
the
new
Shadow
lock-
Keep one.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Oh,
don't
it
think-
just doesn't show it as what's in the box, but okay.
does it come with Shadowkeep? It doesn't come with Shadowkeep.
No, I don't think it does come with Shadowkeep at all. So these games are available for purchase on Stadia, Dragon Ball. So here's my thing. I really do wish they had went with a subscription model where I could just pull games whenever.
That's me.
That would have been ideal.
Like that.
I would have paid more for a subscription model. I would have been willing to pay
at least
a
for
higher
month.
price.
That's
month.
right.
Like, for what?
Yeah.
Like
I think my max a month would probably have been somewhere around $25 to $30. But knowing I could play any game that I want that's available on the platform at any time. I mean, look at the games that are available now. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein, Youngblood, Destiny 2, Grid, Baldur's Gate, Metro Exodus, Thumper, Final Fantasy 15, Rage 2, Tomb Raider Trilogy, which I would have hopped in, Samurai Showdown, Football Manager 2020, Get Packed, The Elder Scrolls Online, Guild, The Crew 2, The Division 2, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Ghost Recon Breakpoint will be good. Just Dance, is that Trials Rising? I think is what that was. NBA 2K, Borderlands, Farming Simulator 19. You got to get on that. Mortal Kombat 11, Darksiders. I think that's Generation is what it's called. I'm just saying that's a pretty decent. It's a pretty decent amount of games. And my thing is, the greatest thing about Stadia is you don't really have to do this. $129 is a great deal for that, because the two of those things alone are about $150, and you get Destiny 2 with it, the collection. So I think that's all of Destiny 1s and like all that shit.
I think it's all the way up to Forsaken.
Right, like you're getting a lot of shit for in a game. You're getting a game that you would have to spend another $60+ on to get all the same stuff. Plus, you're looking at a value of upwards of $200, and you're getting it for $130. That's I actually think that's a really good price. I think that's actually almost a steal. If I had it, I would probably get one actually.
The thing is, though, even when you sign up to get everything with the Founders Edition, like these games here, like the list we're looking at, you still gotta get these. You gotta purchase these separately.
No, I get
at
that.
A discounted price, supposedly.
No, I get that. I get that.
Price. Like all this stuff, like most of this, except for like.
I get that,
like
but one,
5.
I think we need to wait and see how they do their game pricing.
Yeah, that's true. They didn't truly detail.
I think we're going to be in for a surprise. This is my hope. I don't know if we're going to find out sometime this weekend, or if we're going to, or over the next week or so, or if it, maybe it's later this year or something. But eventually they're going to talk about their game prices, and you're saving a bunch of money. You don't have to print these games. These Stadia games are cost. You're basically developing something for another console that you don't actually really have to specifically develop for. You see what I'm saying? Like, they can put the game there anyway. They don't have to do any separate marketing. They don't have to do any separate. They just literally have to put a Stadia logo at the bottom where they put everybody else's logos. Playable on Stadia, whatever. And all they have to do is put it on the server. Once, you know what I'm saying? It's like everybody doesn't have to download it. They're not sending out physical discs. They don't have to spend anything on box art. Nothing. Literally nothing. So why would the game still be $60? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's the hope
if
and
60 is
expectation about
if 60 is being
Yeah.
the standard for buying a new game right now, the way it is, then I would say if Stadia wants to really compete with the way they're doing it, you sell these brand new games $45. It's not perfect because, like I said, yeah, I would prefer paying $30 a month, but also knowing that I'm gonna be able to play whatever. You know what I mean? I mean, even if you think about it,
I have a feeling that they're working towards that.
Yeah, I mean,
there's some agreements that got to be established before they can.
yeah, it's got to be something. Something else has to come from it because it's going to be. I'm sure, and they also probably have to make sure they know about their protections and everything, because if people can rip the games easily and things like that, maybe there's something like that in there. I don't know how it all works. I'm not Gerard, but
I don't know how it works either. I would have said so if I did.
Data centers, I guess that's as far.
That'd be crazy.
The only downside I see with Stadia in general has been if you're on like an internet provider like a data cap, you'll hit your data cap
like everyone in America.
Yeah. Thanks, Trump. You'll hit your data cap within an hour. Like I think someone said an hour of play on Stadia on 4K is literally a gig.
damn.
Yeah, like a terabyte
on your phone.
Yeah, a terabyte. Yeah.
Oh well, I guess if you.
Yeah, because that's a lot of
So
high quality text.
So while Stadia on paper sounds like a great idea, in practice it looks like it's gonna flop horribly, or at least people are not going to be happy with the outcome of having a system streaming. Having the system and the streaming costs so much, where most games that do stream is nowhere near that.
I think people are forgetting too. I think that yes, if you're streaming these games in 4K and 60 frames per second or whatever, yes, that's going to burn through that's your bandwidth. Like what? That's like.
I mean, people gonna learn real soon with this.
That's
like,
you should know
man.
that. Though. I feel like if you're in this realm, if you're in this world, like you should know that. So that's you making a poor decision. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to stream every game in 4K. You can stream games. There's some games that are going to look no different from 720 to 1080 to 4K.
You don't need Just Dance
60
in 4K.
frames.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying?
Good.
You don't need Just Dance.
And you
in
don't
4K.
even need the 60. It's okay to scale the games down a bit and save on your bandwidth.
60, like
60s is that like, but no, like honestly, like 4K
For some
4K
stuff,
60,
yes,
you
but
don't need to do
I'm just saying you don't have
that. A
to
lot of juice.
for some games. And if you want to keep 60 but lower your resolution, most games are probably going to look just fine in 720. Just fine.
That's what I think.
Don't get me wrong. Like most games are going to look just fine in 720. I mean, I talked about it earlier, but they're going to be okay. So it's like just lower what you're doing. Don't overdo it. And wait and hope that fiber comes into your area because they don't have data caps. You know, when I had AT&T, there was no data cap for me.
Yeah, AT&T fiber hurts pretty legit.
I have.
It is. They bullshit. Whatever.
Yeah, it's another topic for another day. Like when I looked at it, I feel like this will be really cool in 2020 when they have that other I guess the free one.
The free,
where you
yeah,
just
yeah.
kind of get the games as you want it. Because I feel like here, like me personally, I'm not really super interested in getting it. You know, like this year.
No, but here's the thing though. It's still free, right?
Not necessarily. They have so they have two formats. They have this one, the Founders Pack, and they have where's the other one? And they have the $9.99 one. Here we go, Stadia Pro.
Okay, so it's like this, right? So sorry. Because I feel like there's still ways to do this kind of cost effectively or not for too much, right? Okay, so the Stadia base, the free, right? That's the one where you get resolution up to 1080, which is where most people probably need to be anyway with their data caps and shit. 60 frames per second, stereo, all this kind of stuff, right? You don't get the discounts on any game purchases. You don't get additional free games released regularly. Okay, whatever. But you can buy games whenever you want. All right, fine. The Stadia Pro is $10 a month. So right now, you don't have to get a Founders Edition to play, right? Like you don't have to get an Ultra to play. I think they said it's not going to be on like iOS and Android, but you could still pull it up on your laptop. You can still put it up on your regular Chromecast if you want to.
Browser, yeah.
You can pull it up in your Chrome browser still and try it out and spend $10 and try it out. You spend $10, they're gonna have some free games on there to try out. Destiny comes free to play later this year. You spend $10 on Stadia. And you play Destiny on Stadia and see if you like it or not. You see what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's not that. I feel like it's not as deep as people are making it seem like it is. Like, yes, there's some drawbacks to it, especially with having to buy the games. But it seems like there's definitely going to be ways for you to get around this and still experience. Destiny being free to play does not mean it's going to be a lesser game. It's still going to look and feel amazing. So, for $10. You can get on your laptop, open up a Chrome browser, and play Destiny 2 in all of its glory for free, fully, in 1080p, 60 frames per second.
The only other thing I see with this, and I guess it really depends on just the quality of your connection, the input lag and latency, because that's.
Well, they said that the controller is directly connected to the data center.
I mean, sure. I mean, okay, but I mean, it's in front of you. The data center's over there.
Yeah.
some city or whatever. But I mean,
we'll have to see it in practice.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think that's the thing.
I think we'll have to see it in practice because all the games they showed us before were, when they showed Assassin's Creed, that was great, but it was also a single player game. So yes, I believe.
Online.
I'm curious to see what it's gonna be like if we're playing Destiny, and I'm like, yo, Ian, what's this? And to be fair, honestly, if it plays well, I'm only playing Destiny on Stadia.
And then you can cross-save now,
honest to God, I was thinking the same thing.
I'm only playing Destiny on Stadia. Because literally, I'm taking my laptop everywhere, and I'm just going to be like... And that's the only reason I'm this now. Because at first, I was very taken aback by everything. When I sat with it and thought about it for a while... I said, okay, I'm always going to have my PlayStation because I love their exclusives. I want to play them. I need a PlayStation, right? We'll see what Xbox does later in a couple days.
Tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Literally tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see what they do. And so I said I was hoping that this year I'd get a Switch, but if Stadia works and works well, I can hold off a little bit. Like I don't need to jump to it. You know what I mean? I can say, and because this is cheaper. Literally, just pull my laptop up, open up Chrome, and put it in full screen, and I'm playing whatever I want on the plane, maybe not on the plane. Plane probably really bad, but in a hotel room, I can always get a hotspot or something, a good hotspot or something like that. So I have mobile internet or something, like, what I mean? There's ways to do it. Hotel internet may not be good enough to do it, but probably on 5 megs in there. But like there's just potential. You know what I mean? I'm just saying there's real
definitely potential. I think streaming will definitely. I think that definitely be more a mainstream way to play games.
Yeah.
Probably in a few more years. I think now it's cool they're starting.
Yeah, this is.
I wouldn't make it my default way of playing games. Like
don't sell your systems and go all in on this today. Don't do that. You're gonna be very frustrated.
Yeah,
but
I can definitely see in your case though, Derek, how you still be traveling soon and everything.
Right.
Take it with that in that case.
You'd be a
just
solid
for a
guinea
cool,
pig for this.
Just for a cool $10 a month. That's that new the Shall Keep. Content's about to drop for it in a few months too. So it definitely has value. I just think like out the gate, I think skeptical. It's kind of lukewarm on it.
I agree.
I'm kind of lukewarm on it.
I think they weighed their options and thought to themselves, are we going to go the expensive route and have these games that have committed? Because the games I think they've listed are games that are probably committed and probably would say, if you charge more for the service, we'd be fine with letting our game basically be quote unquote free, right? Like you pay for the service and we all get paid for it and you have access to our game. That's fine. Because Football Manager 2020 is going to be $10. You know what I mean? Like,
it better be.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need. It's not like all these games are going to be $60, games. They're going to be cheap games. You don't have to play You don't have to play the big games here. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is going to come out on PlayStation.
Yeah, it is. So.
You know what I'm saying? Like these games are. You can get them other places. Wolfenstein, Baldur's Gate. Division 2 is out on places.
Stadia for a bit though.
Yeah, I mean, Baldur's Gate is going to be Stadia exclusive for a little bit.
They show,
but I'm just saying, Borderlands 3, like these games, it's cool that you can play them there. You don't have to. You can play smaller games that are probably going to be less taxing on your bandwidth and don't need to be played in 1080p, 60 frames per second. And you can enjoy these games and not have a problem and probably be just fine. Yeah. So it's just like, I think maybe we should be a little more open-minded. And 130, I mean,
yeah, I don't think it's gonna be. Like,
I don't have it. I just don't have it. But honestly, I wouldn't be against pre-ordering the 130. Get the Chromecast Ultra, and for 130, you're getting the controller and the Ultra, and 3 months free of Stadia, of the Stadia. The Stadia Pro edition, and you're getting Destiny 2. Like, that sounds like a great price.
Yeah, honestly, it's not
Sony
really bad.
or Xbox released some sort of stick for you to put into a TV that was going to be like a micro console and play games like that and had all this included, like a controller, the stick, everything, and said it was $130, we'd all go crazy over that. And I get it. They're more established. We know the type of games and developers they have with them. We get that. So I understand it. But I'm just saying, we'd all go wild over that. So why now is it like, oh, this is too much? Like $130 for...
That's never, to me, that was never really the issue.
I think the 130 is okay.
That was like, yeah, when you look at that's never really been an issue for me. I looked at it and I was like, oh, that's cheaper than the leaked price.
Right.
It was more so just, buying games separately. I have to see the pricing for it.
Right.
The list they showed there. I mean,
subscription based. Yeah.
Everything they showed. There's a lot of good games there.
But we know that subscription would be high, and if it'd be, I think the way they look
higher.
At it to come out and say, hey, $50 a month, but you can play any games you want, looks kind of crazy out the gate.
Yeah,
it looks crazy.
It does.
$10 looks like, 20, I can give you $10.
And they only had like 20 games or whatever there, so
You
it's
see what
not
I'm saying?
even like a huge selection. Like maybe
Kinda
they'll
low,
offer that. Well, technically they're gonna do
That's
it
part
next
of it too.
year.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on a lot of things. I think maybe Google's doing it for just a long term. Like I feel like they know not a lot of people are gonna jump on it. Like like in droves. Like maybe some will come here and there. And perhaps we just have to see. There's a lot of things we still need to
get
see.
Up in the area.
Subscription thing to a solid price, it's a wrap, son.
I'm saying if
And
they
it's
can.
actually,
I still think Microsoft's gonna.
But
mop
again,
it
that
up,
depends
bro.
on popularity as well too. That depends on popularity because at the same way you're saying the like, oh, you don't know how people are going to go to it. If it gets popular and people are realizing, the main thing is parents are going to realize, oh, I can buy a Chromebook for $125 at the store or whatever, Best Buy, wherever you go. And not only is that cheaper than every console on the market and every new console on the market, I can also, on my Windows console, my Windows laptop, I can give my kid his own parental controlled profile for him to go into, and he can play video games on the internet, where I can also parental control the internet and control what he goes to, and I'm also can control what he buys, what games he's playing. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm picking what games he plays because I'm purchasing them. Or even when and Google's good about parental controls, so even if you make a subscription base, I'm sure they're still going to have parental controls in place that parents can put so you know what your kid is buying. If I'm a parent, I'm looking at all that and going, oh, that sounds way better. Or, oh, so maybe I don't have a Fire Stick anymore, but I can move to a Chromecast and my kid can play on the TV, or he could be on the laptop, and then I can be on the TV or on the laptop. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking at it practically from the, like, we're gamers, right? Like, we actually like to do this. So yes, at some point, we may not all spend $130. I would love to, but at some point, we're all going to try this. We're all going to, at minimum, spend $10, get into Pro, and try this. It's not that deep. Like we all are blessed enough to have careers and work. We will try this. You know what I'm saying? And the fact that you don't have to spend $130 to try it sways a lot of shit. You see what I'm saying? And you can get the best high-end Chromebooks and do the same shit that somebody with a high-end gaming laptop is doing. Because it's not about the hardware, it's about your connection. So you get instead of spending the same money, so you can get a great Chromebook, $150 max, right? Like $150, you're getting a great Chromebook. Mm-hmm. A console, $400, $500. That same money you just saved buying the laptop that you can also use as an adult, but your kid can also use, and you teach them to take care of it. The same money you say buying a laptop instead of buying a console for your kid, you can spend on upgrading your internet, having amazing internet. Now your kid is having a great gaming experience on a laptop that was $125. Or I can go even less and say, I have my laptop, don't want my kid touching my laptop. I can do whatever I want on my computer. But I'm willing to buy a Chromecast and plug it into my TV and get my kid a controller for $140. Even without the Founders Edition stuff going on here, the Chromecast itself is like $75, and I think the controller itself is $70. So for $145, which is still cheaper than any console out there, I can still set up a TV like console experience for my child for cheaper. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then I'm buying games, even if they're the same price as the games on the big consoles. It's the same thing going on. And the extra money that I saved from buying the controller and the Ultra, I'm putting towards having upgraded internet so that we can have a good gaming experience with this console. You know what I'm saying? It's just, we have to see it practically work for sure, but I don't think it's crazy for them to start this way. It makes sense. It would have been crazy for them to come out and be like, yeah, subscription is $50 a month. Yeah. Because that's what it would have to be. It'd have to be something insane. It'd have to be you'd have to be basically committing to buying a new video game every month. And basically, do we do that now? No. I don't know many people that are buying a brand new video game every month. Yeah. who's spending $60 a month buying a video game? Not many people. I would say it's a very low number.
Yeah. Man.
When you look at the gaming community as a whole.
Yeah. I'm saying if they can get into a reasonable price.
Yeah.
What's reasonable?
That's the thing.
What's reasonable for you?
I think that 30, 35
is okay.
30, 40 is a sweet spot.
Yeah,
for me.
40,
50 sounds too high.
Yeah, 50
feels like a chore.
50 is like too close to 60.
Yeah,
it's only $10 away from 60.
Away from 60, man.
But 40 is only 20.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. It's just at least with now like 30, 40 for some games, whether it be like older ports or like they're clearly budgets a little smaller. I think
right.
That's kind of a good sweet spot for it. Indie games are like
so.
That.
So
and
yeah,
these aren't indie, but
that's what I was gonna ask. How would you feel if it was $40 or $50 a month, right? But the way they were releasing games on the subscription was really quick, so you're getting a lot of ports of older games, right? So
it have to be like Xbox Game Pass then.
Sort of, right? But because it's a subscription and basically when a game comes up, you can just instantly get it. You're basically just looking at newly added games. So imagine eventually it turning into a service where you're basically looking at it like we said before, like Netflix, where you go to what's recently added games and you go in there and there's remade Jack and Daxter or something like that. Or I mean, maybe not stuff like that because that's like first party, whatever. But there's like, I don't know, remade Tomb Raider, there's remade whatever. These games that are like, great games and they're remade and they're put on Stadia as well as, and that's the thing. Most of these games on Stadia are probably not going to be super exclusive. You know what I mean? Most of them are probably going to be, Stadia on one of their platforms. So it might be exclusive to Stadia and Switch, Stadia and Xbox, Stadia and Sony.
Like time exclusive.
Yeah.
Like
You see what I'm saying?
or some
Yeah,
shit.
I don't see it being really Stadia only. Like that sounds crazy to do to a new platform.
Yeah.
With your game. Like you're pretty much risking it. You know what I mean? Like you're asking no one to play your game. But that being said, I'm looking at it and I'm saying all the options are pointing towards worth trying it. You know what I mean? Like before we were so invested in making console decisions because we were spending $500. You know what I mean? Essentially, because you go in there, you buy the console, and you're buying a game right the first day because you're not just setting it up to play nothing.
True.
So you're spending, if the console's $400, you're spending basically $500 that first day, and chances are, if you got a little extra money in your pocket, you're buying 2 games. So yeah, because I think that's what I did when I bought the PS4. I was in there like, yeah, okay, I know exactly how much it is. I only spent $400. Then again, it's like, oh wait, guess we do need a game to play. Bought one game. Then I was like, oh, guess I do need FIFA. Bought that too. So now I've got 2 games, and I've spent $600 out of nowhere. You know what I mean? $600 gone. Instead, I can spend $150, get everything I need, and then I pay whatever for a game. I might even, and I'm sure they're gonna port older games, bro. Like, they're not just going to only have the new 2K. They'll port an older 2K or something over there and make it cheaper. They'll port older. I think it's worth trying. I was really down on it when I first saw everything. Now I'm a little more optimistic on it. I think it's worth.
Let the dust settle. And
yeah. Why not?
I was never really like, it's funny. You'll see like the people on like YouTube, whatever, do their little clickbait. Oh, say it's trash, and here's why I'm mad. Watch my whole 10-minute video, whatever. Like I wasn't mad like that. I was just kind of like
10 reasons why you shouldn't buy the Stadia.
Right. Like why should you care how much I want to spend on streaming games or whatever?
Right.
I guess I was expecting a couple more different things. I actually was kind of surprised they didn't try and get more exclusive stuff.
Right.
I was actually expecting like 3, 4.
About to break all the rules.
Yeah, I was expecting that, and I was
Connect
like,
to the internet. Connect to the internet.
So they just have Baldur's Gate, which I mean, I don't know much about that. All I know is that like PC heads from back in the day love those games.
Right.
Well,
So
yeah, I've never seen
Yeah, I don't know anything about Baldur's Gate.
It's like an RPG or something, maybe.
I don't have a clue. I
could
really
be wrong.
don't know.
Well, if it's PC, it's either that or like a strategy. But anyway, yeah, people love that third one. It's been a long time coming or something. But yeah, so yeah, I think we'll have to see.
Oh, keep going. I have to see the Fallen Order gameplay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of glanced at it earlier. It looks kind of like Uncharted a little bit after I watched the full thing. But yeah, my thought keeps drifting. So yeah, basically what I'm just saying is, for me personally, it's cool. Like, I probably won't go for Founders Pack. I'll have to definitely see what the pricing of the games are. If they're like a full 60, then I don't know about that one, Chief. But it really depends. But I'm still interested.
Brother on the stage? Oh,
yeah,
no, he's a little Latino.
Oh damn. But
close though. Hey, people of color on the stage, Asians.
Hey man.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Sorry, Drew, go ahead.
We're on our way. But yeah. So it just really depends on like pricing of games when it starts in November. I guess we'll, I know at least like Derek gonna try it when it comes out November.
Yeah.
Okay,
for sure.
So
I
might just try it for like one game just to give impressions and everything.
It drops in November.
Yeah.
I'm for like I said, bro. I mean, as the podcast people know, I got a new job, started it. So
woo!
As is the round of applause. No money. So as I get more established and I get into a routine with what I'm gonna be doing, I don't know how frequent travel is going to be at the moment, but it's gonna slowly increase over time for sure. But that is for sure the plan. That being said, I am going to again after you kind of restabilize yourself, get back on track. I'll be definitely trying to hop into something like this. If I can still pre-order a Stadia Founders Edition come September, probably, yeah, because I'll be out of this apartment. I'm not necessarily looking to jump into a new one. We had that whole apartment conversation last week. So yeah, I definitely will be looking at it and trying to think about what I can do. For sure. I'm with that. I definitely want to try it. What can I say? It does have me a little bit intrigued, and I think good or bad, I won't feel like I wasted my money necessarily, because I think it's just such a good price for the experience. And obviously, considering, like I always say, gaming is a luxury hobby.
It is.
$150 to be into it like it. I would definitely hop into this. Like I said, come September or so, when I got a little more expendable income, I would love to hop right in. I think it'd be great. That being said, next thing on console T, we're gonna need a drop for that. I'm gonna work on that one. I'm gonna practice. Console T. Ooh, I might even get Ashley to come here.
Record? You making?
I might get Ashley to come here. Oh, you know what? Hey, middle of the podcast, we're gonna shout out our girlfriend Ashley. It's her birthday today. I'm not gonna tell you how old she is, but she is old. But I love her.
Happy birthday!
No shit.
She's the podcast #1 fan. Followed really closely by Patrice, but she's the podcast #1 fan. So yeah, shout out to my baby Ashley. It's her birthday. Okay.
Happy birthday, Ashley.
Woo. Happy birthday.
You hear this?
Happy birthday, Ashley.
It won't be
Many,
her birthday
many more.
It
anymore.
won't be her birthday anymore, but she'll know that it was
On
her
this
birthday.
day,
happy belated birthday.
We're wishing you happy birthday.
But she'll know that it is her birthday when we recorded this and said it. So,
Yup.
cha-ching. Anyways, Destiny coming to Stadia. I guess me and Ian kind of hop into it a little more, but Gerard, with all the leaks, he's shared all the stuffs.
Bro, it was looking like the leaky cauldron
Yeah,
yesterday, bro.
crazy.
I was like, yo, who forgot to make a password to the website,
Hey,
bro?
listen. Hey, I just want to be. Hey, bro. Next year E3, we're having a segment called the Leaky Leaks or something like that. We were gonna figure out the Leaky Cauldron was fire. I like that.
No, I've had that name in my mind like for a long time.
I like that shit.
I just will never say it.
Yeah, that shit was fire. I like that.
The Leaky Cauldron, bro.
That's a segment. Yeah, I like that shit,
bro. Y'all gonna hear the truth,
bro. We need to do a separate podcast that covers nothing but leaks about shit.
Oh, I would
call
love
it
that.
the Leaky Cauldron.
Oh, see, y'all,
crazy.
Y'all can't do this. If I see this tomorrow or whenever this episode goes up, the next day I'm after y'all. I'm gonna find y'all.
Yo, so this is completely off topic, but it is a nerd topic. So there is a podcast out there where it's this dude who's just reading Harry Potter for the first time. He's like 25, I think he is, and he's basically critiquing it. He's like shitting on the plot holes and stuff like that, talking about what he enjoys. But after he reads like a chapter, or I don't know how many he does it. I didn't fully delve too deep into it, but after he reads like a certain portion of the book, he sits down with like a Harry Potter. So he sit down with somebody like me and like talk about like the book, and basically it's like you know, like me, like, you know, we still have on like the rose-colored glasses, so we're like, no, it was amazing. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like
it's
we're talking about the books, not the movies. Fuck the movies, whatever. You can shit on those all you want. We shit on them, but the books, like, yeah, we know there's some plot holes. You can touch a couple of them, but like, there's some where it's like, no, just fuck you. Like, you don't touch them, and it's like, yeah. So like when he's talking about him and he's like, yeah, but what about this? It makes no fucking sense. And I'm like, no, it doesn't, but it fucking works because he has a heart of gold. Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
It's called growth.
Yeah. Growth.
Actually, that sounds very entertaining. I do
that is a podcast that's out there. I'm not going to plug it because I'm not that nice and I don't know if they're black. But you can look it up. There's a Harry Potter podcast about that. Anyways.
Yep.
Back to Destiny. As we said, we're talking about Stadia. It's coming to Stadia. You can get it in the Founders Edition. It's changing to free to play, which Ian didn't believe he would get any of our friends back. I agree to an extent, but I think I would be more interested to play again, especially on Stadia.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It's not the same.
I'm interested. I'm interested.
I think some people would want to come back. Why would you not try a free-to-play game?
I think I'm more interested because, you know, Bungie is kind of you know,
a free game by Bungie. Why would you not try that? Why would you not see what it's like?
Would y'all see what it's like? Would you see what it's like?
Oh yeah,
it's free and it's Bungie.
It is free. I mean,
I get that a lot of people were disillusioned with the game. This is literally the reason I didn't even expect them to make this move is because it's literally the best move.
It is the best move. That's why I'm kind of
free to play.
Yeah, like that's bold,
bro.
This was like
this is Bungie. This isn't me, Jerron, and Cam creating a video game company and coding some bullshit and putting it out.
Right.
This is Bungie.
This is Bungie admitting that years 1 and 2 of Destiny was bullshit.
They knew that
so bad that they're just giving it away.
It really tells me how much they believe in it, because, you know that.
No, but they're also getting Destiny 1, right?
I don't know about that. I think it's strictly Destiny 2.
No, so their New Light starts off on that first campaign mission that you do when you first wake up, and then after that they send you straight to the tower that we have now. And then you start doing all the shit.
Oh, really? Oh, so it kind of sort of starts like Destiny 1?
It's like, yeah, they just kind of. It's kind of. I guess the idea is that you are a brand new Guardian.
But you're coming into the world as it is now. You're not a Guardian that's done everything we did.
Which is pretty cool.
I actually kind of like that.
That's smart.
I was thinking about that. That's smart. That's smart. I like that.
I might have to balance that with Borderlands.
I like that.
I might have to.
I'm like, you know what? That was they thought about that. They thought about that.
I like that. That's smart.
I'm gonna have to.
That's really cool. That's really cool. So it's not like, hey, you're a Guardian, you got to go through everything all the other Guardians went through to get here. Because especially now, that would take you hours to go through. To go through all the missions and all the strikes, then all the raids, and then all. No, it would take too much. So to get to where we are now, and I'm even still behind. So for sure, that would be a lot.
They're saying all the stuff you could do, that you could even do a lot of the raids from years 1 and 2. So,
but now you can go back.
Go back to what?
Well, so my wonder is, all right, I guess if you go back to Destiny 1, then you're just playing Destiny 1. But in Destiny 2, if you start, they're starting you back. And okay, I get that.
So you'll be able to play, what was it? Escalation,
Protocol,
the Mars one, the Mercury one, Trial, the Osiris nigga.
I'm guessing it'll just be the Destiny 2 classes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once you get to where we're at now, Shadowkeep, you'll only get like a base version of it. You'll still be able to explore the world, the moon, but you won't be able to do like the in-depth exotic quests or whatever the hell. You gotta pay that premium for that.
The exotic quest premium
for those items.
I'm willing to give it another.
11 a.m. Pacific is what? 12.
Us 2 here.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cali time.
FIFA.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely, honestly, I'll give them
free to play
props.
Bungie game, man.
That's a huge.
Well, that's going to attract people. Bro.
It's people like me. They're lapsed. Maybe even new people coming. It's free.
It's free and it's Bungie. I just don't understand. Like
Bungie.
I think the only thing is,
if you can't convince your friends to jump in now.
I think the only thing is okay, it's free, but what am I paying for? Because like there are some games that are free to play, but there's got to have something.
So there's cosmetic stuff in there.
I mean,
but there's going to be a lot of cosmetics, and I mean,
also,
my thing is
a lot of those cosmetics are earnable. You don't have to pay for those.
Oh, okay.
So my thing is, with going to free to play, I'm sure there are going to be a lot of cosmetics that are no longer going to be earnable. So there are going to be things that are just buyable, and they're going to look good.
I'm guessing just the next DLCs are going to be.
But the way Bungie is the. They're going to have buyable armor that you're going to have to buy. It's going to be whatever up for the set or whatever. It's going to look nice. You're going to be able to, infuse it up or whatever you want. But they're going to have armor that you can earn in game that's also going to be just as nice. That's going to be cool looking. And to be fair, a lot of that is subjective, right? Like what somebody thinks might be the coolest armor in the game, you might be like, you look like a fucking idiot, and vice versa. So it's completely subjective. But to me, they're at least going to have armor sets that are not just going to be behind paywalls. You're going to be able to earn armor sets that I think a lot of people will find good, but you can buy some if you want them too. And buying them doesn't mean you're going to just jump to the highest light level and all of a sudden have the best gun in the game. It's just an armor set that you have purchase. That now you can bring along with you as you level up, and it's going to cost you to level it up too. It's not just going to be simple. It's not simple to level up your favorite pieces of armor. So the armor Destiny, it's not at least, and unless they just go full 360, I don't see it turning into I don't see fucking everybody over type thing. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
I think they're gonna do pay by the seasons. So like right now,
and you'll have to pay for like a bump. Yeah. So Shadowkeep is gonna cost you, whatever it costs, and then with the next thing, there'll be another little pay. But that's what World of Warcraft does, and nobody complains. So if you like the game, you like the game. And I think, and because there's a free to play version that you can just download and play and get into it, that's going to convince people by itself because the game is fun to play. Even if you haven't done anything, the game is just fun to play. And if your friends are coming in and you're playing the free to play version and you're enjoying it as a group, you are going to want to buy the game. You will. Hopefully. You're going to be okay.
Hopefully you guys
You're going to want to do it. I'm telling you, the game is fun to play. There are guns that are fun to you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I know it's gonna be hard for y'all to not compare to Borderlands, things like that. I just started playing Borderlands. I started playing the pre-sequel last night.
It's actually really funny. There was this on PlayStation last night. Dang, I should have pinged one of y'all.
Like shame. No, I like it.
Me and Patrice had a discussion with Adrian Nasi because they both aren't really into Borderlands like that. Yeah. And Adrian was kind of bringing up the whole thing like I want to play because y'all are hyped to play and this and the other. But looking at Borderlands 3 for what they've shown thus far, it's been mostly like catering to us that's played Borderlands 2, right. Big fans, just kind of, they haven't really been showcasing a lot of the big stuff like, this, it's like, admittedly, yes, most of it that they've shown has been like, and I don't want to go too long in this tangent, but mostly it's been like, there's quality life stuff. You can like slide when sprinting. You can clamber.
Yeah, it irks me that I can't slide when sprinting right now. Oh, bro. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, it's really awkward. I was playing last night, and I was like, oh, man. But
I want to slide into places, and I can't, and I'm like.
It's really hard.
Bro, this is terrible combat.
Tough. You can't climb up stuff anymore. You're like,
it's tough. You have to do like the OG, like, classic Halo platforming. Like, But it was interesting, because I was kind of like, that's interesting perspective, because like they haven't shown a lot of like big stuff. It does feel like it's gonna be more of the same at Borderlands 2, but just brought up to 2019. So I feel like perhaps, especially it's Destiny 2 will be free to play around that same time when Borderlands 3 drops. That if they don't get too interested in it, perhaps there might see something within Destiny 2 itself. So I just think it was interesting because I hadn't really thought about it. Because they're the only ones that I've tried it, and I was like, dang, I kind of wish Derek and Ian were in here so they can hear that perspective. Because back then in 2014, me and John, I think Cam as well, were all like Destiny, but after the first month, it was like, well, it's not quite like how Borderlands we thought it would be, and we're out, and it was kind of like that.
Yeah, but I also think the thing with Borderlands 2 is, there's no competition.
Yes.
So because you're not competing against each other, it's easier to share with each other. And even with me and Ian being on the same fire team and playing the game together, and even going into Crucible together and feeding other players together, there is still a competition between us because Ian wants to have the better KD. Ian wants to have the better,
Of course.
the better, the
Ain't
more
looking
kills.
like, I mean,
No, I mean
what would you
everybody's
expect?
competing. yes, we're all killing the other team,
Yeah,
but
but-
yes, we're all fighting against something.
I want to be on the top of the
But
team.
I wanna be
killing
the
other
best.
team.
I want my name on the top of the
Right,
leaderboard.
and
No
so
one ever
Ian,
was.
Ian may look at it and go, yeah, there are times in Destiny, especially in Destiny 1, where if we could have traded, armor or weapons or dropped weapons and things like that in Borderlands, it would have been super helpful, for Ian maybe getting his second Gallahorn and me not having one and him going, here you go, you've got one now. Now we can go defeat this boss. Whereas in Destiny, it almost might be to the point where it's like, oh, I don't even want to. You might drop it just because you want to fight, but then it's like, well, I don't want to bring this shit to Crucible and start fucking my life up, so I'm not even gonna drop it for him. I'm just delete it. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Destiny has the competitive component to it, so I feel like it's an unfair comparison between the two because Destiny never presented itself as a single player only or as a co-op only game, right? It is a competitive game. It is that's so like. Borderlands is a co-op shooter.
It is.
Whereas Destiny is a competitive shooter. Even though you team up with other people from time to time, you're still competing. Doesn't matter whether you're in Gambit, if you're in Strike, you're trying to get the best strike scores. If you're in Crucible, you're trying to get the best kill depth and score. If you're in Gambit, you're trying to get the best score. It doesn't matter where you are. Even if you're in a raid, you're trying to get the most damage done. Like, you want to be the guy. Everybody wants to be the guy, especially when raids have that moment where it's like one person has to do something special. Everybody wants to try it. Everybody's trying to be that guy.
Nah.
Well, Ian's not. Ian's shy away from those moments.
Those moments, I don't know.
But most
I don't
people
wanna be that guy.
want to learn it and try because they just want to be the hero. They want to be the one, oh, great job, bro. You did it. Like, you got through it. And a lot of people want that validation. And so Destiny is naturally competitive. Everybody's competitive. Even if 5 people know how to do one encounter in Destiny, they're all going to argue because they all know how to do it a slightly different way. No, we all got to go to the left. No, we all go to the right. No, you guys are all stupid. You go right down the middle and it's front. Like, dude, it doesn't fucking matter. However you do it, you're going to beat the encounter. Just get it done, which is what I feel like happens in Borderlands because there's no incentive for me to do better than whatever. It's incentive for us to share and be as equally leveled as possible because we're all working together versus Destiny where it's like, yeah, if you keep up, it's cool. But also if I'm 2 light levels ahead of you, I'm going to talk shit because it's fun and you're my friends.
Yeah. That actually encourages me
The culture is different in the games, which is
Yeah.
why
It
I
is
feel.
very
And now
different.
that I'm
Into
playing
Borderlands.
Borderlands, I'm like, I see why if you played Borderlands,
And then went
you
into
would
Destiny.
have hoped Destiny would be kind of like that. But knowing Destiny as well as I do, it's not. I understand why they're not different, and I also understand why it's insane to think that they would be the same thing. Like, knowing Destiny to the way I know Destiny, as much Destiny as I've played, the thousands of hours I've put into Destiny, I know there's no way they should have ever been compared. Borderlands is co-op. Destiny is competitive.
Yeah.
Like, this is
definitely
going back
agree
to 2014. That's the only Destiny I played. Destiny 1. I wasn't even like, I enjoyed Crucible. I've never really had an issue with Crucible. I think when they initially showed the game, they didn't really show Crucible until later. Which
Not really.
I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But like, I was really just comparing both games, base story, like
Yeah, the
how you
base
do
story
co-op
wasn't there.
stuff.
And also the amount of guns. I know you guys were critical about that too.
And
No, it wasn't even about mounting guns. It was how you would get better guns. Like, I felt, and then I know they updated later, which was good. But initially, it was the ways of getting the higher tier loot, and like the grind for it. What do they call it? The grind for the gameplay loop just wasn't as satisfying as like Borderlands, where there's certain bosses
that drop loot.
that will drop specific loot, and if you can just repeat that over and over with people, and the chance will grow a little bit. You'll like, hell, last night I like the first little boss I found, I got one of the legendaries. It's a weak ass legendary, but I was like, oh shit, that's never happened before, and those chances can happen. But yeah, I don't know. I've been following Destiny over the years. I always followed it just to see how they would progress, and I think Taken King was good.
Taken King changed the game.
It did change the game.
I still think, me personally, I still get more enjoyment out of playing Destiny 1 than I do Destiny 2 right now. Personally, I'm more satisfied with the guns. I'm more satisfied with the play. I just wish they had just said, oh, here's this with better graphics and some updated stuff, and here's a new fresh coat of paint, and here's a massive new amount of weapons. I wish they did nothing but focus on weapons and just left the game as it is. They tried to innovate too much, in my opinion. Even though I like Destiny 2 to an extent, like I said, I play roughly throughout the week. I do think they overdid it. But even still, I believe that I don't know. To me, I'd never seen a gaming company really stick to something until being in it with Bungie. And the fact that we bought PlayStations for this game specifically, forget everything else. The reality is I own a PlayStation 4 because Destiny was coming out and how Bungie sold it to me. And because coming from 360 and playing Halo and if y'all remember, Cam may not remember as much, but Gerard, I know for a fact remembers the old days, freshman year of college, when we would play Halo, and I was when I say terrible, embarrassingly bad. Dante used to shit on me how bad I was. Like, it was embarrassing how bad I was at Halo, to the point where I was actually a competent and competitive, like, teammate, like, actually adding to the game even when we were playing online. Like, oh yeah, Derek isn't weighing us down this time, this is great, you know what I mean? Like, from being that guy. I mean, Ian saw the same thing maybe in like Call of Duty a little bit, because Ian was a little bit better than me in Call of Duty at first too.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm still
That's
trash at
hilarious
Call of
that you
Duty.
say that.
I never really
What?
got the...
A little bit. This nigga Ian trying to shit on me.
This man's being sly. Like, I wish
This
y'all
nigga
could
Ian
see.
this nigga Ian come with the slick shade.
He really
He was a little bit better than me at first. Like, I would be getting like 0.8s, this nigga be getting 1.2s. Like, it wasn't that crazy. Nigga act like he was getting 5s, and I was getting...
He was close to breaking even. You were just a little
over even. Exactly. This nigga wild like he was getting 4.0 KDs, and I was just trash. Like,
There
no,
were
nigga.
a couple games where I messed around and got that.
Okay, and there's a couple games I would hit 2. That don't make a difference. Like, the fuck? Nah. And then that's why I'm glad we played Destiny, because that's the first game me and Ian were actually genuinely competitive in, where it be games where I kick this nigga ass, and it be games he kicked my ass, and it's cool.
That's
like,
fair.
Yeah, and then we'd have to hold each other up. You know what I'm saying? You know what today's the anniversary of, too? Along with Ashley's birthday. Today is also the anniversary of when we beat Skolas for the first time.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, the video came up on
Yes.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Bro.
Ian like, damn, you remember that? Yo, this nigga's something. Nah. Facebook remembers because we posted the video.
That was a
okay.
magical moment, man.
That was fire. That was amazing. And you know what I'm saying? And to me, Destiny... I can't explain how satisfying that moment was to finally reach. I don't even remember if I got what I wanted from the chest at the end.
I didn't.
I was just
didn't
so
care.
ecstatic to have done it.
Yeah.
To know we could do it. It was possible. Like, holy fuck, we actually did it.
That shit was hard.
It was hard as fuck. We're watching the video, and as I'm watching the video, I thought to myself, I was like, wait, do we fail this attempt? Because I'm like, there's no way, because in that video, you died, because it's your video, you died dumb early, and I'm like, we must fail this attempt, because I don't remember him being able to die this early and us make it.
Oh, no.
And somehow I get over there with my super, revive him, still get the B point, we save it, as soon as I revive him, Ian runs to the C point to get C, and I've got I had the poison on me.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, yeah. Listen, bro.
Everything is just against y'all.
Bro, literally everything was stacked up against us to not beat this shit, and somehow we finally make it to the final spot, and we're just shooting, and we make it, and I'm like, oh my god! Like, it's still like, even watching it back, I'm like, damn, it's crazy how satisfying this really was.
Yeah.
Destiny has a lot to offer, man. It really does. It genuinely does, and even though I know some of that stuff isn't as difficult as it was at the time, and all that kind of stuff. Things are different. The game is different. I think it's got something to offer, and you can't tell me that a lot of people aren't going to hop into a free Bungie game. I just can't see people not trying out a free Bungie game.
Yeah, man.
And not eventually falling in love with it, because now the story is better. It's amazing. And I'm sure even the little subtle changes like Ian just told me about them changing the start of the game to where you basically kind of start where you're kind of out in the open, out by yourself, but then you're coming in as a Guardian now. You're not coming in as Guardian when me and Ian came in as Guardians. You know, if you come back to the game now, you're coming in as a brand new. I don't even know if you guys would even be able to bring your characters from Destiny 1 anymore. So that's over now, right? Like,
I mean, it's been so long.
You wouldn't even. I don't think they'd be able to even do that anymore. So you'd have to start fresh. In which case, they can still.
Wait, where?
I thought they cut that off after a point. Bringing your character from Destiny 1?
Yes.
I think they did cut that off.
Only characters that made it all the way to Taken King were able to keep
Right,
yeah.
Oh, well.
We didn't.
Yes.
But no, I would rather restart anyway.
Honestly,
you know
if
how
I saw
cool
that,
that
I
is?
kind of want to see. I kind of want to experience.
Well, I don't want to experience it because I feel like
because
I've been doing this for a long time.
It's a revamped Cosmodrome experience thing. I was like,
That's true.
do
I would
that.
want to experience that. Now I'll give you that. I would want to experience the revamped Cosmodrome. I might delete a character for that. I might delete my type.
That's what I'm saying.
I might delete my Titan to do that. But it is pretty cool to think that people are going to be coming into Destiny again now. And we get to be the veteran Guardians. We get to be the ones, we get to be the legends that technically they hear about. Like, yo, you know, the Guardian that took out got Skull Lost, that took out
That'd be interesting.
the Vexmon, that took out Crota, that took out all the, you know, that took out what's the nigga name? Crota's daddy. You know, all these big niggas like Oryx, yeah. Like, oh, this the nigga that really took down like these people that looked unbeatable. And y'all are like with your little blue weapons, like, oh, I want to be like you one day, and I'm like, yeah, I bet you do. I bet you fucking do. I'm your shit. You're fucking welcome, baby Guardian. Come along. Let me show you the fucking ropes. You know how cool that is to bring your friends into that situation where literally you're on a pedestal to them? Because I guarantee now that means if they're doing that at the beginning, it's probably little things throughout their story that's telling them about other Guardians that are going to be kind of like us. Like, and they're going to hear different things than we've ever heard because they're being brought up to speed with what's happening now. That's ingenious.
I wonder if the dialogue's
Like,
going to shift.
yeah, like I was thinking, like that'd be dope as fuck. Is like if your friends list, like if y'all played the game and beat the game through, like you said before, and like in your friends list, they say, okay, these guys were the ones who did these missions, and let that be like kind of like, oh shit, all right, I see y'all.
See, now that I think that'd be too far. That'd be crazy.
That you can only obtain, you can only have if you had played.
Yeah. There's I mean, yeah,
shit.
there's emblems and things for you to separate yourself if you want to. But nobody uses those shits.
Yeah.
But the point is,
Well, they're gonna make a welcome back emblem.
The main reason why I was thinking about that was because if you played Dragon Ball Z Xenoverse 1 and then you played Xenoverse 2, your save, the character that you made, acts as like the kind of like the leader to from the first game to the second one. It's like, oh yeah, that was the hero from that game. So
Yeah, there's like a big sculpture, a statue in like a little hub world area.
Yeah,
like, oh, it's the hero who helped the time thing from before.
Right.
Yeah, and that would be your OG character coming into this one, and it gives you that option. But yeah, that would be an awesome like idea. If they were just like for those who are just coming back in, like you said, and then they're like as you're playing the game, it's like, oh yeah, here's this person and this is what they did. Here's Derek's character and here's Ian's character. Kind of like Pokemon when the rival beat the gym already and you see their name right there.
Yeah,
something like that. So.
Yeah, that would be dope if they did something like that. I don't know if that's in their works, but that would be really cool. I'd be with that. That's dope.
Also, I would love to experience a raid with y'all, man. That'd be interesting.
I'm actually.
I would, but you know what though? You know what I want to do? I would want to take them through a raid that we're already comfortable with, so that, like me personally, I really want to get them through like, Vex. What's the first raid?
I was about to know you would say that. No, I don't want to.
I want to, but we know what to do.
Vault of Glass to this day is still.
But we know Vault of Glass. But think about Vault of Glass. We know what to do in Vault of Glass, but it is still difficult. So it doesn't feel like, because if we could run them through what's the last raid in Destiny? The Siva raid.
Or the Machine or something like that.
Wrath of the Machine.
Wrath of the Machine.
We could run through Wrath of the Machine in no time and burn through it, right? But honestly, completely honest, y'all would be like, "Oh, that was pretty much a breeze. I guess that was cool." Vault of Glass to me presents. Vault of Glass is still my favorite raid. I think it presents and I hope it gets replayable with maybe some slight tweaks, but like enough that we still know our way through it. But slight things to be like, oh, I didn't expect that. That was different. You know what I mean? Just to throw us off a little bit. Especially like the jumping puzzle. You know how much fun it would be to see these niggas go through the jumping puzzles, bro?
Oh, I would like that.
You know how fun that would be? These niggas would fuck it up. It would be hilarious, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even now, that would still be amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, there is something to be said for that experience being challenging, but also once you get it, you know what to do. So now that you're coming in with at least two people that know exactly what to do in the raid, but we're bringing in other people they're just following instruction and have no real idea of what we're doing. Think about the maze, bro. Think about the Templar maze, bro. Think about getting them through that.
I don't want to think about
That sounds fun to me, bro.
No.
Only because we know what it is, and then see their face. I mean, now here's the thing: the weapons they get wouldn't be as impactful as they were when we did it. But imagine watching these niggas get Fatebringer on the first run, be mad as hell. Imagine watching these niggas get fucking Vex Mythoclast at the end on their first go. You'd be like, nigga, what?
I'd much rather do the newer raids with y'all because I haven't done any of them. I think I did one of the raids in Destiny 2.
I mean, no, but my okay. So I'd look at it like this, right? I think it'd be fun to build up to eventually do the newer raids that I haven't done any raids in Destiny 2 at all. So to me, well, I did half of the first one, the Cabal one. I did half of that one. But I think it would be really fun to introduce them to the idea of raids, introduce them to raids. Not that you don't know the idea of raids, but introduce them to raids in this capacity at least. We introduce them to raids through Vault of Glass, which to me is the most complete raid experience. Even when you know what to do, it can still be challenging. But it's fun. If you're with a good group, you get through it, no problem. You have a great time. Then, once we establish that camaraderie, once we use Vault of Glass to establish that sense of teamwork and completing something together, then not only does it does two things. One, it establishes their belief in the fact that we understand the game and we understand how the game fundamentally works. So as we're trying to figure things out in the game, they understand like, okay, yeah, they do have more experience in this game than us. So, you know, if they see an idea, speak up about it. But they're not looking at it as crazy like, well, why are we listening to these two niggas? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, they know what to do. We watch them get through this raid and walk us through this raid. So we trust them already. So there's a trust amongst our group. Now you have the confidence to beat a raid because we just beat one. But now we're going into something completely blind, and that's a completely different experience. And now we're in for the real, like, oh, shit, what the fuck's going on? Because we don't know what the fuck we're doing at all, which is a lot different than going in with two people that know what they're doing. You know what I mean? I think Vault of Glass is a great place to start. And then you jump. Like, we don't have to do Vault of Glass and Crota and, you know what I'm saying? We don't have to do all that. You know what I mean? If you just wanted to run them through a raid, then yeah, okay, we just run them through Crota. That 30 minutes?
I just take them to that first raid. I think that raid is easy enough and difficult enough to
from Destiny
get
2?
that satisfaction, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm having nostalgia about
whichever will work.
Destiny. I'm having nostalgia about Destiny 1.
And then the raids get harder. I think the hardest raid right now is the Dreaming City one, which people have said is harder than Vault of Glass.
Some people, I mean, yeah, and people have said, I mean, there are good Destiny players that I know have said I only played it once, like I haven't played it since. Like,
one and done.
It's not one of, and that's the thing. Before, niggas was doing the raid every week. Niggas was locking in we were locking in. Once we figured out how to beat the raid, we were putting teams together and locking ourselves in for 3 hours a night, well, at least once a week. I don't think people realize how hard we was on this Destiny shit about this life. Niggas was locked in for 3+ hours a night. 3+ hours a week was sectioned off for Destiny to do a raid.
That's MMO shit, right?
Bruh,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, they actually just recently established themselves as an MMO. They're like, we're just gonna go ahead and they've officially labeled themselves an MMO.
That's not how I always saw it, really.
Yeah, they were like always shying away from it because it was an intimidating thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they're like, you know what, fuck it. We're gonna go all in and be an MMO.
Like, kind of reminds me like how we were doing a lot of those Borderlands runs where we were trying to get those gold weapons. Now Borderlands runs were a lot faster. They were like, we'd go in.
Yeah, and you can spawn to a certain point and just kind of like the final main boss, whatever that what's the thing called, the Guardian.
Yeah, the Guardian.
Yeah, because you got one of like the best weapon, one of the best shotguns in the game if you farm him or it.
And once you got that, literally the game was like, okay.
Nah, some of them other like Terramorphous.
Oh yeah,
still problematic.
Yeah, Terramorphous.
Once I did it once, I was like, I'm done, guys. Great, y'all keep doing it if you want.
Like farming Terramorphous.
Yeah, some of those bosses were fucking. Oh Jesus Christ! But yeah, like I mean, in those cases though, those weren't like I know Destiny with the raids. It was like a section off things like you just hit it, and you just do what you gotta do, and it's stages too. This was kind of like you run to the point, you fight that, and most of these were optional. But you have to run to that certain point. That whole boss battle could take a while. Maybe like I remember when we first fought. There are these insect things called Varkids.
Yeah.
And there was one. The mechanic of those enemies in Borderlands was they're like big ass wasps. It was disgusting. And if you let them kind of fly around for a bit, and RNG will play its hand, they'll go into like a cocoon and they'll grow and they'll like level up with each time. And there's one, and there's a couple areas where they're around, they're annoying as shit. And there's this one big ass one called Vermiferous, what's it called? Vermiferous, the terrible, whatever.
Yeah.
But basically you have to. It's a way you have to do. You have to like time it to where you have to get one to level up, I think 5 times, and then you'll know when it's gonna do it. It'll be this big ass cocoon that's like in the middle of that one section, and you're like, oh shit, we about to go in. Then that thing pops up, and it's just like it just fucks your shit up, blows you back. Like you pretty much have to have a way to either cheese it, or you have to be very coordinated and just have a lot of high DPS weapons or whatever.
And what made that battle worse was that, like Draw said, you had to. Get one. You had to find one Varkid, and every time you do a little bit of damage to it, it would burrow down and evolve.
Yeah, you can't kill it. You have to like it weak.
Yeah, and once you get down to the third one, there was a chance it could go into the fourth one. And the chances would keep going down for it to evolve. So when you finally got to the fourth one, and it finally did it, at this point, you're fighting like 50 other Varkids, so your ammo
also leveled up, but may not even get to that final level.
And then at that point, you've already depleted half your ammo. You used up some of your skills. So by the time that motherfucker pops out, you're like, oh shit! And now you're at a bad position, and you're dead. And then the other niggas are running the houses trying to hide.
That was my idea. I was like, yo, the small house, let's get in that shit, and we gonna stay in it and point. Because there was a part in that house, because that was an old game. The way the shit, like things, if they're behind certain objects, they can't hit you. So if you're in the house and you can find an angle and shoot at it, and they don't hit you, that's like the best way to get a lot of its health down.
Right.
There was that one part where it flew at a certain angle where we couldn't shoot.
We're like, no, you need to move, bro. No, hey, bro, I need you to move so I can shoot you, bro. And then like one of the little cousins come and like smack you up, and you're down, and you have to either have to get a kill, or you have to have someone come pick you up to revive you, and you don't have all your health when you revive.
And if all of you die during that battle, it goes away.
Yeah, it's gone. And you have to just do that whole process over. Okay. That took a while. That took us a few different days to do successfully.
Yeah, because
I think when we actually did get it big, I think we had to do that like 3 different times.
Yeah, because like every time we got up to that point, we died.
We got bopped in like a second. Like, well, guys, I think this is gonna be hard.
And then it'd be like one of you be like, "Yo, Cam, stay alive. I'm trying, motherfucker." And then it just pop around the corner, and be like, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, but both of those games, they definitely got the big bads. But yeah, I'm definitely, that was probably the one regret when I dropped Destiny back like 5 years ago or whenever. I think they did raids a little before the end of 2014. Yeah. Like I was waiting for the raids. I was just like, man, I got other games I kind of want to look at, and Smash Bros came out at the time, so I was heavy in that. And I was like, well, I guess that's that. Yeah.
Understandable.
But yeah, I'm definitely interested in getting back into Destiny 2. That Bungie's doing it correct. They're gone from Activision, so they want to own it. They want to do what they want to do with it, and I respect them for that.
You're in charge of their own destiny.
Oh man, it writes itself.
You see what he did with the Destiny thing?
Boy, I mean, Ian, I can write it better. But yeah, I couldn't do it better. But no, like deadass, like yeah, I definitely am interested in getting back into it. I'm gonna play it. Stadia, I don't know yet. We'll see.
Well, yeah, I think Stadia is just I'll see about it, but it's free to, if it's going to be free to play, if there's going to be a free to play version of it, I'm going to at least try it on Stadia. Even if I start a new character, even if I don't try to bring my character over or anything, I'm at least try to.
That will be.
I'm at least try it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, anyways, that being said, how is this one behind my phone? You said my phone is faster.
Weird. But yeah, I guess pre-E3 stuff.
Well, hold on. One last thing with Destiny.
Oh, whoops.
It's kind of a talk. Yeah, sorry. So the last thing is cross save. So
yes.
With Destiny, you can cross save now on all platforms, including PlayStation. So you can bring your character to any platform. Here's my thing, and I talked about this a little bit in the group. Cross save, I think, is as far as things need to go. I think you should be able to, if you're going to release your game on multi-platforms, you should allow cross save for the game so that anybody who may end up switching a console or something doesn't lose all the progress in your game. I think that is fair. I am not supporting cross-play. I don't think we need cross-play. I don't think it's even necessary at all. I think it's actually completely useless, and I don't think it benefits any company, and I don't think the pressure would be on Sony to even do cross-saves if it wasn't for the fact that everybody else is just doing so poorly. The PC crowd is angry. Switch is probably the next closest, success to PlayStation. The Microsoft crowd is furious, even though they pretend like they're not. So
there's definitely some that be
anyway, pissed off as they should be. So the point is just that I look at, and I need to listen to this here in a second, but the point that I'm looking at is Sony is in the power position. Why would they need to talk about cross-play with another platform? Why would I allow you to buy whatever platform you want and still play with my platform? If you want to play with people on my platform with my exclusive games, you got to buy my platform. Sorry, guys, we broke because they did kind of announce FIFA Street back for FIFA 20, sort of, which they kind of had to do because they knew niggas like me was ready to not buy this game at all. And if I don't see that this is going to be a standalone mode, I'm still ready to not buy this game. So whatever. But closing up our last point before we get to our full E3 quote unquote predictions, which aren't going to really be predictions when you hear it. And there is kind of stuff going on, like obviously EA Play is going on right now as we're recording this, which is why I stopped to listen to FIFA and I missed Jedi Fallen Order. But we're here with cross save. Sony has no advantage to allowing this to happen. It makes no sense for the person on top to do this, and I have no reason to believe Sony learned it. To me, Sony learned their lesson. Like, everybody's like, oh, every console generation it's flip flopped. Yeah, and it's because when the console generation was flip flopping before, it was like Sega and Nintendo, going back and forth. And we saw where obviously where Sega's ended up, but then even Nintendo, just kind of having its resurgence now with the Switch. Then it switched to Sony and Microsoft, and the PlayStation 1, well, we won't say that. PlayStation 2 versus the Xbox, arguable, right? Sony had already had experience in this lane. Xbox had some pretty cool exclusive games, had some pretty cool stuff that we'd never really seen before for the time, so it made sense. It was a pretty even generation, I would say, for sure. Mm-hmm. Then, and because of that, they both came out the gate a little more confident, but Microsoft, still being the lesser-known product, and they're being, hey, this is only our second time up to bat, they came in with the more consumer-friendly, hey, listen, we're going to have this great online experience for you, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. And Sony came in with we know what it is. You know who we are. Come on. Yeah, Come on. Right. Like, you know what's up. You know what I mean? And because of that, they shot themselves in the foot. They learned their lesson. They came back with PS4 strong. But then Microsoft didn't learn their lesson from their opponent. And they came out the gate wilding, telling us about, your box is also a TV. All right. So, wow. Crazy. I don't want my box to be a TV. I want my box to be a game box and play games, and you have none. So my thing is, obviously, I believe now they've both learned their lessons. I don't see Sony making a stupid ass mistake. Like, well, obviously we don't have official price confirmations, but all the leaks and stuff seem to suggest that we were right in saying $499 is our is where we're hitting. $499 for the new next gen PlayStation 5 or whatever you want to call it. And then Xbox, I don't see them being over that price at all, and I would expect them to actually end up being lower simply because they have to fight to get into the market now, since Sony has all the goodwill. And we already know a lot of Sony exclusive games that are going to be coming, right? We know Horizon's in the works. We know God of War 2's in the works. We know Spider-Man 2's in the works. It's going to be very hard. That's just 3 off the dome. Easy rip-offs. There's a way more than that. And Microsoft don't got one off the dome rip right now that you can say in your head, oh yeah, this exclusive is coming right here and this is hot. They don't got one, none of them. I mean, none of them are that hot. Halo Infinite is probably as close as you get, and you can play that on PC. So, yep, yeah. So that being said, I think they're both going to come correct again in this generation. But if Microsoft was on top, you think they would be advocating and pushing for cross saves and cross plays? No, they wouldn't. Neither would Nintendo. Neither would anybody.
Changing, yeah.
Nobody would want to change if they were on top. Why would I want to give any leeway to another company where basically it's going to mean you don't have to have my console to play this game with your friends that have this game as well. I want you over here, and if you want to play with your friends, you got to get this. And to be fair, I like that. It drives the competition. If I can just buy whatever I want and play against all my friends anywhere, it's only going to make them lazy. So, it's empty, isn't it? Yeah, it's empty. The way I look at it, that's only going to make the console makers lazy, in the fact that it doesn't really matter, sort of whatever. I guess we'll put out an exclusive. They don't really care. They're kind of playing, these multi-platform games with each other all over the place, so no one really cares. You know what I mean? To me, it drives the competition. I want there to be that exclusivity. I want you to have to make a decision. And for the blessed people that can afford all the consoles, amazing. But for the majority of people who can't, I want you to have to make that decision in that moment. What am I going to get right now? If I want to play a game tonight, I want to go home, hook this system up, play a game tonight. What do I want to do? Is there a game on the less popular console that I want to play so bad that even though all my friends have PlayStations, I'd get an Xbox? Or is it, fuck it, I'm going to conform, get the Xbox, play all these fun ass games with my friends, and they got exclusives that I'm going to be interested in? Which way are you leaning on it? Which way are you going? I want somebody to have to make that decision. I like that. Without that, I think you're just making it a lazy decision, and I'm not a fan. So, it's cool that there's cross save. I'm glad there is. It means that if I go to Stadia, I don't have to start a new Destiny character from the scratch, from the jumpo. But this idea that Sony is an evil company for not jumping at it or not doing it months ago is ridiculous and is insanely unfair. Sony has done, at least to my knowledge, Sony hasn't done anything that wasn't good. Like, it wasn't crazy. I don't think they've done anything out the way. I don't know about Sony having child labor making consoles or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I think Sony's done a good job.
No one's saying that.
Well, I think so. But you know what I'm saying? Like, Sony's done a good job. You hear about them, when they even sold more consoles, they gave like 20% of the profits to their employees, things like that. Like, you hear about all these different things. Like, you want to hear the good stuff, and hopefully that is what they're doing genuinely, and it's not just a show. So I would believe that's what it is, and I'm with it. So, anyways, that's the end for that. So we're gonna kind of let Gerard rip here for a second and talk about these E3 rumors, predictions. I'm gonna let y'all get that off. I'll be back in 1 second.
All right, cool. So we're recording this on Saturday. This is June 7th. Yeah, June 7th. So yesterday on Friday, it's the weekend. Well, technically E3 starts next week, but some of the conferences like Microsoft, Bethesda, they start on Sunday. But like yesterday, there was some large leaks that came out. Assuming they will be at the Xbox conference for the type of games that they're going to be showing. They showed, if anyone is a big RPG fan, familiar with Tales of Symphonia and the GameCube, or maybe the latest one that came out, Tales of Vesperia. That was on the Xbox, and they put on everything. It's like a remaster or whatever. Yeah. Some screens leaked of the newest one. The graphics look amazing. It's radically different from what I've seen from the other ones, because they're more like a cel-shaded, stylized anime look. This one was a bit more, kind of like almost how Final Fantasy 15 looked, where it was like super realistic, but still has a slight anime art to it. It's called Tales of Arise. Okay. They didn't say. I mean, we just saw some screenshots. We saw the logo. It's for PS4, Xbox One, PC. No Stadia, no Switch, as far as we know. That got leaked. So people were like, "Oh my god, new Tales." The next thing, which I think is probably the bigger, or no, I'll say that one for last. Another one that leaked is another RPG called Ni no Kuni. That got a remaster. It's like the first one, I think. It's getting a remaster. It's coming to everything. PS4, Xbox One, PC, Switch. Assumingly this fall. We didn't get any concrete dates, but that happened. So it's safe to say that I'll be at Xbox's conference.
Okay.
Now, the third thing I think is the biggest, and it's been rumored for the past few months. The dudes that make Dark Souls From Software, they were rumored to be making a new action RPG game, but they were going to be working with the author of everyone's favorite novel TV show adaptation, Game of Thrones. What's his name? George R.R. Martin or whatever. Yes, they're going to be working on a more medieval-looking action RPG game with him at toe, and that has been confirmed. The game is called, I think it's called Elden Ring. We didn't get any release dates for that, but, you know, we got a description. It sounds like he'll be going to different medieval castles or cities or whatever. Well, we didn't get any screens of that. We just saw the logo, so that just confirmed it. So we're probably going to see that tomorrow with Xbox as well. Those are the three big things that got leaked out.
Okay.
But as far as, you know, those are just big leaks, which are, I mean, it's, you know, it's E3 season. It's unheard of.
Yeah.
It's not unheard of to see, you know, leaks here and there. But I think just 3 out the gate like that, like someone clearly made their password like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or something like that. It was pretty like, wow. And it was all on Twitter yesterday. It was kind of crazy. I wouldn't be surprised if it trended for a bit. So if you follow any video game mutuals, you probably would have seen something about it. But I guess as far as, so I guess I'll just go down the quick list, really quick hits. Microsoft, you know, they have a lot to prove. You know, this whole generation, they've been just lagging behind Sony, the PS5. You know, Nintendo, they floundered with the Wii U, but they've made the comeback with the Switch, and would not be surprised by this time next year the Switch will outsell the Xbox One worldwide. You know, Pokemon's dropping, it's going to be a wrap in that case.
Yep.
You know, they're going to be, I think this one's going to be a lot different. I think we're going to see, or at least no information about the next Xbox, next generation Xbox. I think it's gonna be. I think Microsoft will be something to watch. I think, but not so much as you know, what games are gonna have. I think it's gonna be more so. They have a lot of services they're gonna be working with, like their version of what Stadia is gonna be called xCloud, which I think. I think xCloud having the Game Pass subscription behind it, you know, some of their other stuff. You know, some of the lesser, you know, first party stuff that hasn't been too great, but, you know, more of the stuff from 360 and newer stuff going forward, that's going to be, I think, a much more enticing proposition, in my opinion. So I think we have to keep an eye out for that. We're definitely going to see Halo Infinite. We're going to see a good demo of it, which I'm looking forward to greatly, because that teaser from last year evokes a lot of classic Halo vibes. I think a lot of the old Halo heads will like it. They're going to show Gears 5. We know that for a fact. They're probably going to show some Minecraft because, you know, that's like their Mario. They're going to kind of show that. I don't know what capacity, but they will show something. I know that for sure. The new games to look out for Microsoft. That was the other thing that leaked out, actually. Ninja Theory. They made Hellblade. It's called Crimson... No, I'm sorry. It's called Bleeding Edge. No. It's like a 4v4 multiplayer. Yeah, right. It's kind of edgy. A 4v4 multiplayer game that kind of got leaked out. We'll see gameplay tomorrow, more than likely. That's their new game, new IP, and everything. Really, it's just, you know, see what they're trying to do with their games on other platforms. We might even see some Nintendo muttered there because they've both been really cool. They put Cuphead on the Switch out of nowhere. There's been rumors of their the Banjo. Yeah, see, okay, I was trying to be calm about it, but I was trying to be calm about it.
It's not happening.
Oh, see, can't be in a hater. There's smoke about Banjo making. I know this happens a lot. It happens a lot. I don't know. I feel like we're gonna see something Banjo related because there's just been certain things I've been seeing. I'm not gonna
the toys, the merchandise.
Yeah, merchandising and marketing. Like, why would they do that? I mean, even if it's just like a full remake of the first couple games, like
that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, if I get a remake of 1 and 2 on the Switch, bro, I'm totally okay with that.
All right,
I'm totally okay with that.
Y'all got me, brother.
I don't know if you're gonna get a remake. I think you're more likely to get a port.
I'd be okay with
port
that anyway.
Port 2, man. Port's fine.
I'd be okay.
You
with
say
that,
anyway. But. You remember the Jack and Daxter 1 port?
I played the port. I played
on PSP.
I played the Banjo-Kazooie 2 port to Xbox 360. I played that shit, nigga.
I remember
all the way
that,
through.
Yeah.
Those are better than N64 versions. They don't lag.
Yeah,
when
but
you start a level.
I say that. I will say that. Those, I think I remember you playing those. Those weren't too bad. Some of these ports, they don't translate well, and it's bad. Trying to play it now.
I played
and
Jack and
inverted cameras and stupid shit. It's just
it's just weird.
Yeah.
You get caught in dumb shit.
At least for Banjo, if it is just those two games, just brought over to the Switch or whatever,
I'll be totally okay with that.
You know, I'm fine.
Ian be the happiest nigga on earth.
Oh my!
I'll be the happiest, bro.
Anyway, oh my
God, like
man.
they should have been done more.
Ian name
Banjo.
was like Banjo something at one point.
No, it was never.
It was. No, it was. It was, man.
Never.
On like Instagram or some like Twitter maybe.
Oh, wait, so he had like a Banjo themed name?
He did have a Banjo themed name or something back in the day.
Did you jiggy with it? I'm sorry.
He did have a Banjo themed name at some point. It might have been on MySpace back in the day. I have to remember, man. He did have a Banjo themed name.
The Godfather was one of them. Blackjack was one of them, and then it became DJ Berserk for a while.
Upgrade. Nah, but for real though, like Xbox, I'm just really curious. It's not really like the whole next gen. I mean, whatever. It's gonna be a box. It's gonna be stronger. You know, cool. It's probably similar to PS5. Whatever. I'm really interested in how they do their Games Pass. You know.
Yep.
Then honestly, like, you know, last year they're like, we bought 10 companies. Woo, capitalism. They really do need to show like at least
I gotta see something.
Prove a concept or something. They need to show
even if it's just even if it's all CGI bullshit or whatever. I need to see I need to see what direction they're going. What is it?
Yes.
Show me something. You signed 50 studios last year.
Exactly.
Show me something this year. If they don't show something this year.
Do you think they just need to just show games?
Just games. Don't show shit else.
Don't show a console, but just games.
I don't think they're going to show consoles. I think they're going to talk about it. They said,
well, I'm okay with them showing concepts.
Yeah,
but I just need to know that these studios are working on something.
Yeah, it's been a whole year.
Exclusive
to Xbox. Yeah.
To Xbox itself. Whatever the next is.
Psychonauts 3?
Huh?
Didn't they say we're getting a Psychonauts 3 sometime?
I mean, they're still working on 2. And, the studio's working on that's kind of in some trouble.
Some shit.
What you mean?
The money. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. Yeah, as far as like exclusive, all their stuff's gonna be going to PC. Like Real Rap, that's what it is.
Excuse me.
Shout out to the Storm coming through. We about to get cut off. No, I'm kidding. But no, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm expecting.
Flash flood warning in this area till 8:15 p.m. Avoid flood areas.
Yep.
Dun dun dun.
Can't drive outside no more. But yeah, that's kind of what it is. I'm expecting a lot of first party stuff. I'm not saying stuff to come out this year, but you know, just stuff they talked about last year. You know, show some proof of concept, show some we need to see a positive direction of the Xbox brand,
right?
To get people, you know, y'all, especially for those that's had an Xbox One this whole time. Bro. I see some. I don't follow that many Xbox people on Twitter, but I see some of them. I'd be like, oh, they be on PlayStation doing this, but on Xbox they say this. And I'm like,
bro, we talked about Julian in the last podcast. His brother was like, bro, you sleep. Xbox got great games. All of them listen, I didn't have it in me to ask that nigga what games. Go tell me the games that Xbox has that are great. Tell me the Xbox games you can't play anywhere else that are great. Please do, because I knew every game he was gonna say. I didn't want to kill that nigga's spirit.
Gears, Halo. And
those are all on PC. Well, Halo 5 isn't, but they're all on PC. They're bringing Master Chief Collection to PC. But anyway, that's Microsoft, man. I'm looking forward to seeing it just because I'm curious what they got. I think they're gonna come through. I'm
definitely looking forward to seeing Microsoft's thing.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I think
I am super happy.
I think there'll be something for everybody there. I really hope just the dudes that's had Xbox Ones this whole time have been pretty butthurt. I hope they have some for them too, at least for this last year or so to, you know, tie them over. Let's see. Bethesda, I think, is after them. Honestly, I'm just there for Doom Eternal. Everything else, like, you know, Fallout 76 was dookie last year. I mean, I think we said this last podcast, so I'll keep it really brief on it. I don't know what to expect from them outside Doom Eternal, the next Wolfenstein. They said that the new Elder Scrolls is not going to be there. They said Starfield's not going to be there. Mm-hmm. Okay, you should show it, but you're not. Whatever. I don't work there. I don't know what y'all trying to do. But yeah. So low expectations outside of Doom Eternal. Yeah, it's probably gonna be buggy. The conference. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Devolver Digital. they always have a wacky conference. You either like it or you don't like it. But
I'll watch it.
yeah,
I'll try to watch it.
Yeah, I think it's gonna air like 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll probably watch it. But yeah, I've been playing more of their indie stuff lately, so checking them out. They're a publisher.
Yeah.
And they publish like Hotline Miami. This recent game, Katana Zero, that came out, which is fire. Everyone should play that. Yeah, so that's that. Monday. There's some smaller stuff. Oh yeah, Ubisoft. Let's just go straight into Ubisoft because there's a couple of smaller ones on Monday.
Yeah, What you guys? You started with Microsoft?
I did.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So
did you have anything to say for Microsoft?
No, I'm interested. I'm interested to see it because I want them to do well. As much as I talk shit about them, it's because I want them to. I'm trying to bully them into greatness, exactly. And I want them to do well. I want them to have great exclusive games that make me go, fuck, I need to buy an Xbox. I want them to make me try to pick up a second job to buy an Xbox. Like that's what I think. Like I want that. I want that. I do. I want them to be that successful. I want that. I really do. And I don't want them to get boxed out. I want xCloud to come out and be something amazing.
I think xCloud's going to be...
I want that to come out and be brilliant. I want that to be amazing. I want them to flourish because all that's going to do is push PlayStation to have to figure out how to flourish as well. Mm-hmm. I want it. So I am supportive of them. I want Xbox to be great, right? I'm just not delusional enough to pretend like the Xbox One was some good console. It's a fucking brick. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. I especially with my new job, I would love to be able to have both consoles set up, you know, in my studio apartment somewhere, which is what I'm going to turn into. But yeah, so I don't know, man. I think it'd be. I'm excited for it. Yeah. You said Devolver. That's pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you're into it. You're not. It's a lower key show. I just like it that style is kind of like kooky and wacky. This is different. You know, it's
Square. Is it Square that same night, Monday night?
Yeah, Square actually
is at 9, right?
Yeah, I want to get on Ubisoft before you get on the Square. Yeah, I have more to say about Square.
Okay. They leaked too.
Huh?
They leaked too?
No, not yet.
Yeah, I don't think Square leaked.
Nah.
I didn't see anything.
Nah.
I mean, I think we know what it's going to be, though. Final Fantasy
for the most part.
Shit.
Yeah.
It's Kingdom Hearts DLC, Final Fantasy 7. That's going to be the big news.
The Avengers Project. That's it.
Avengers Project. That's true.
That's the big one.
I do have something to say about Avengers Project. I forgot about that.
But speaking of leaks and conferences, Ubisoft. Yeah, most of their stuff leaked already. Yeah. I mean, it's Ubisoft leaks.
Not too crazy.
They're pretty much like the same word at this point. I don't think we're gonna see Assassin's Creed.
No, I don't think there's gonna be Assassin's Creed this year, which I love.
Yeah,
which I love. I haven't even finished. I haven't finished Odyssey. No, I haven't finished Origins yet. Oh yeah. To even have played Odyssey yet. To even get the next one, like I'm so far behind on Assassin's Creed, and y'all and people who know me know I love Assassin's. I love Assassin's Creed.
Yes, you do.
I have a Ranakut. I can't even pronounce it anymore. Fuck it. Whatever. I got the wolf shirt from Assassin's Creed 3, which is the worst game, but the best merchandise. Okay. I love Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed.
3?
The Native American.
That's the American Revolution.
His pops was Templar, and like, oh my god.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, because you play with him like the very beginning.
Yeah. Yeah, he plays his dad first, and then you turn it to him.
Yeah, I think I remember the achievement said, "How about them apples?"
How about them apples?
Like, yo, they think they funny.
That was my shit, bro.
But they're right though. I laughed.
Yeah, I mean, I hated that game, but boy, that and that game obviously set the precedent for bad naval shit. I was like, this is terrible. And then they were like, hey, we got Black Flag coming. It's all naval. And I was like, oh, y'all don't want fans. That
was a gamble.
You clearly hate all of your people.
They doubled down.
And then it came out.
They doubled down the shit no one liked in 3. Like, how do you even go into expecting that was going to be great? Like, it's so hard.
But it was.
But it was fire. Somehow, some way.
The best game.
It came out like fire.
In the series.
It was.
Still to date.
Black Flag sailing ships.
Hey, man. Hey.
Fire.
Say less.
The best part of Kingdom Hearts.
Say less.
The best part of Kingdom Hearts.
Which is really... You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm just
the best part.
It was cool.
No.
The best part of Kingdom Hearts, bro. For sure.
This nigga just like sailing, man. Get this nigga Derek a boat, man.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't like real. I don't want to sail in real life.
Be a pirate.
I don't want to. I don't want to sail in real life.
I worry about actual water and stuff.
On the
No, I don't want to worry about like really drowning and shit.
Cruise ships, nigga.
We robbing cruise ships.
I definitely would be the nigga to pull up on the cruise ship, get shot.
Hey, bro, I know y'all have to be drunk.
Trash, right? You're trying to rob the cruise ship with all the
security. Give me all your credit cards.
Yeah, I need all your credit cards, and then you'll have real money.
For real.
Give me all your money.
Empty the casino.
No. Okay.
Empty the casino.
Meanwhile, the casino got nothing but $1,000. Niggas in there betting on the $10 million. Like, nigga, he ain't getting that.
Everyone's MacBooks. Take all the DJ equipment.
Yeah, slide that.
Bro. Go to your rooms and get all your jewelry and bring it back.
Bring them back.
Make me 3 fresh burgers. I'm gonna need that. Robbing y'all niggas is tiring work. It builds your appetite.
Bro.
If I can get a drink while you watch
if somebody can bring a nigga a Fanta or something, you know,
shaken not stirred.
Crazy.
Man.
No, yeah, but no, I don't know. I really did. Like, yeah. Anyways, that's another point. The point is, I don't think we're gonna see an Assassin's Creed this year. I think they're gonna hold out again.
I think they're working on the next gen one. Honestly, I think we'll see it next
for sure.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna try to make Assassin's. And Assassin's Creed is a perfect launch game. It's a great game to launch with. It's fun. Everybody kind of likes it. If you launch a console and there's not many options to pick from, and Assassin's Creed is one of them, most people will pick up Assassin's Creed to try it.
True.
Because it's just it's a name that you recognize. It's at least a solid game. Even 3, which I didn't like, is still a solid game. There's something there, and yeah, I love chasing around Ben Franklin. So whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a loser. That's why I do this show. But anyways, right? Yeah, self-deprecating.
No
Dude,
pity.
Yourself. But that's the point. It's like, yeah, like I just I think it'd be smart for them to focus on a next gen Assassin's Creed to be right at launch. Because my thing too is, like, you know, PS4 launched, and obviously we were in it for Destiny, which we knew we still had to wait months for to get when we got the PS3, when we got the PS4. If you can launch strong with solid titles, I mean, my thing is, I think that's Sony's next play, because Sony's looking at going. That's why
they're quiet right now.
Right.
I mean, outside,
I would shut up.
Death Stranding,
So they're showing off 1 or 2 little things. Mm-hmm. But my thing is, imagine PS5, because we're looking at Microsoft, and unless they wow us tomorrow, we're probably not looking at anything too crazy. But imagine PS5 launches, and they've got Spider-Man 2, Horizon Zero Dawn 2, they've got God of War 2, they've got fucking Last of Us Part 2, they got all, like, imagine all of those as launch titles. Mm-hmm. They're going to blow Microsoft out the fucking water. Bro, when I say out the water, bro, them niggas gonna forget what water looked like before they get back to the water, bro. It's gonna be insane how far blown they get. It's gonna, because they can't compete. You can't. You don't have the established IPs. Like, that was 4 established IPs, bro. Mm. And I gotta look that up again. Isn't Sony getting exclusive content for
what, the new Call of
Jedi Fallen Order?
I don't know, actually. You have to check.
That game looks good, by the way.
Research.
Yeah,
I need to watch
it looks fucking amazing.
I need to watch that full gameplay.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it for sure.
While Derek looks that up real quick, Ubisoft.
Yeah, you can start on Ubisoft.
Yeah, so
well, I guess we did.
The things that did leak. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was saying no Assassin's Creed. I think we'll have to hold out to next year. It's all good. Just hold out another year, guys. For next gen.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be worth it.
Damn, what else leaked from? I feel like, they leaked this new game called someone over there at Ubisoft was like, you know what kind of cool sports game no one's making that we should make? Roller derby. Now I know. Yeah, Cam's looking at me like, what are you talking about? And that makes sense. Apparently it's gonna be called like Roller Champions, and it was like someone somehow got like an actual like video. Now
wait, like female roller derby or just like
a roller derby, like you know, the little oval or something.
Yeah,
like unisex roller.
I don't know. Like, it's sure. I guess someone leaked it because they're just like, "Hey, I'm doing y'all a favor." But now, I don't know. Like, it doesn't look like a super big budget game. Man, maybe the dudes that made the trials made that. They're probably showing more of that Ghost Recon game. I think Breakpoint.
Yeah,
Breakpoint. I haven't really been paying too much attention to it, but I'm sure it's gonna be good. Like, Ghost Recon was good. I think I leaked and they were just like, screw it, and they announced it. I guess they're gonna. Hey, what else do they have to show there? I feel like they're gonna show more new things than we expect. I don't think we're gonna see like a new Far Cry, I don't think we're seeing that because we just got
we just got
earlier this year. I don't know. I don't know if For Honor still gets content. I know, right? Y'all remember For Honor?
No, For Honor does still get content.
Oh, it does.
It does,
so
yeah.
we may see
people still like that game.
Yeah, like honestly,
I think Kale still plays it sometimes.
The game the game looked cool. I just had I had a bad demo.
I need to call Kale. Damn.
Yeah, we need to get Kale back on the podcast.
Yeah,
one good time.
Kale?
He streams Fortnite daily.
He's just busy. He got life.
Yeah, like he streams Fortnite at least twice daily.
He got a lot of life shit going on.
Oh shit.
Yeah, he's been busy. But yeah, I feel like there's more leaked than I'm just forgetting right now. I apologize. But yeah, Ubisoft's gonna have a few things. You know, kind of the standard fare. They might do something like, oh, this is the new Nintendo collaboration, just because the past few they had whatchamacallit?
Nintendo collaboration.
They had the Mario and Rabbids game, which did not mean to be that good, but it is really good. And that space fighting game, Starlink. Thank you. Yeah, I actually almost forgot about it. They had the Star Fox stuff in it, which was like cool. They should have just made it all a Star Fox game. But yeah, I think they might show a couple big things for next gen there too. That's kind of what I'm expecting. I think we're all kind of expecting that.
The next gen stuff.
Yeah. There's a couple smaller things there. I'll just for Monday. For anyone that's into like indie games and collecting physicals, there's a company called Limited Run Games. They're US based. They kind of just talk with indies and make like physical stuff on like PS4, Switch, even PS Vita. Holy crap. They still do that. They're out there. But yeah, they're cool. They're gonna announce probably existing indie games and newer games that will be getting physical releases. If you're into that, check them out. There's some time in the middle of the day. I don't remember, but there's really short. I think they're like a 30-minute type thing. Very short meeting type thing. The PC show, aka Nap Time, will be also on Monday. Epic Game Store will have a big presence there, so if y'all want to get really mad about some PC stuff, there you go. If y'all really about being angry and shit, that's it. But honestly, I don't know. I think they might just show like PC spec things or whatever. Stuff that's you can read an article and be more interesting than watch it for 2 hours. Yep. Would like to be wrong if it's not interesting, but I mean if it is interesting, but cool. But the main thing for Monday, Sony's not there. We know this. We've been talking about it for a while. Square Enix will be taking their spot 9 p.m. Eastern time. They're going to be showing the Avengers Project. That's the main thing. Made by some of the dudes that did the Tomb Raider games. We do know it's going to be a third-person action, maybe MMO-ish type game, but it's going to be kind of big, and it's going to be a large-scale game. I think
you're going to be able to create your own character.
I think so.
Like DC?
I think it might be DC Universe-ish. In a sense, that's why I've been like, that's why I've been kind of like Birdman hands in the corner, like, I didn't see this.
I think you're going to be able to create your own hero, but I think you may also be able to play as some of the smaller heroes, maybe like a Black Widow, Hawkeye type person. I don't think you're going to be able to be like Iron Man, Spider-Man, like that big ones. I don't think you'll be, because it's because they want you to feel like you're not confined to a personality. You know what I mean? Like if you're playing as Tony Stark, you have to be a certain type of way. You would do things a certain type of way. Whereas maybe Hawkeye or Black Widow, they're a little more anonymous. Or like anonymous. I don't know what I've said. Or even like Scarlet Witch. You know what I mean? Like the way the movies have built them up. Obviously, we're only talking about movies. If you read comics, you're different. But the way the movies have built them up to the general public, you probably won't get too much out of it. So I like with these characters, there's a little more ambiguity. So if you're playing in this MMO type thing and you did things that would be quote unquote bad, it wouldn't be that out of the way. It wouldn't be like, oh, okay, I could see how maybe she would get corrupted or something like that. You know what I mean? Or he would get corrupted or something like that. It makes sense. Versus Tony all of a sudden switching, or Captain America. You're not going to play as the big guys, I don't think, but I think you'll kind of stick to the
plays
maybe some small characters. I think the big guys are going to be obviously like NPCs are going to interact with you. They're probably going to send you on missions. I think it'll be something like where and I can't really think of what it is, but I think it'll be where like, or maybe Ian kind of like maybe almost like Destiny, where sometimes Ikora's sending you somewhere, sometimes Zavala's sending you somewhere. Like I think it'll be like that. So sometimes I think they'll all be kind of like side missions. So you're an aspiring hero, right? You're trying to become part of the Avengers. You want to get in good with these guys. So Tony's like, hey, I got this little light mission. I don't feel like going. You go for me. And, maybe I'll let you, maybe I'll put in a good word for you. But at the same time, you're doing the same thing for Captain America. And you're doing the same thing for Thor or I don't know, Hulk, whatever. You're doing the same thing for a couple big Avengers guys. And you're doing the same thing for them. And you're doing these little missions and becoming a hero and establishing your powers and maybe even discovering more powers than you knew you had and all that kind of shit. It's kind of building this character to eventually become something. And they'll probably have arcs of characters. There's probably like maybe the more magical based and the more physical based and the more, martial arts based character, whatever, a bunch of different characters you can pick from. And then they'll probably each have expanding skill trees or something where you can be the magical person, but very physical, or you could be the magical and very distant. You just want to shoot spells or something, or you could be the magical
Scarlet Witch.
Right? You know what I mean? Like, I think it'll be like a lot of in between stuff. You know what I mean? Like Doctor Strange, if he got to fight hand to hand, he's getting his ass kicked. You see what I'm saying? But you let that nigga have some space to do his Dormammu bullshit or whatever. That sounds crazy. But yeah, any Marvel fan who just heard me say that is gonna be like, "What the fuck is this nigga talking about?"
Something deities out of his hands.
Yeah, I just said some bullshit just to piss them off, specifically. But you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like if they hear, like if they, yeah, he not beating nobody ass hand to hand, right? But from a distance, he gonna fuck you up with some spells, and that's there's gonna be levels to each of these characters, I think, so everybody can be different. Just because we might both be a magic character doesn't mean I may jump to, doesn't mean I'm going to be full. I'm gonna sit back, hide behind a tree and do magic. You know what I mean? I might still be the magic dude, but I'm the magic dude who got hands. You know what I mean? You never know. So I'm thinking that's what the game will be. That's what I'm hoping the game will be.
Yeah,
I'm hoping it's exclusive to Xbox. I'm hoping somehow it ends up on Xbox's stage.
That will be
first.
Interesting.
I want them to make that exclusive.
Yeah, they can.
I want people to understand I'm unbiased. I really am. I want it to be
so
exclusive to Xbox.
That would be.
That's a console mover.
That would be.
Yeah. That's a console mover. A deep, interactive RPG MMO style Avengers game where you create your own hero. You can pick your own powers. You probably can start off with like 2 base powers or something like that. Bro, what? With potential to earn a couple more power slots along the way. Like, bro, to be the ultimate hero, to be the ultimate Avenger at some point. Eventually, they're going to want to raise you to, like, Captain Marvel level where you're just, like, super OP. You can do everything. You can fly. You're invincible and all kinds of shit or whatever, But to start out is going to be kind of a grind. Like, okay, maybe I can only teleport and I got martial arts. Like, me personally, that's what I would start with if I had options or something. I got really great hand-to-hand skills and I got teleportation.
Yes,
that's what jumper is.
Yeah, pretty much. That is underrated.
Shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking like in my head, it's something like that you could do. So I'd be interested to hear or see what they really do with this. I hope they go all out with it. I really, really do.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah, man. If that is an Xbox exclusive, that will be. Yeah, this late in the that would be something. That would be something. But it'll be a good gift for them because I think they don't like have
Last of Us. Do like a crossover.
That's true.
Comes at the end, but then it's still Xbox exclusive with the next gen.
True. Yeah, that's a good point. They can definitely do that. And yeah, and Xbox doesn't have an exclusive Marvel type thing.
Nope.
Like Sony technically has 2 with Spider-Man PS4 and that Iron Man VR, which I've heard is actually a bit more fleshed out. And Switch is about to get Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which actually I'm not gonna go into that right now. But it's a day one for me now. They've shown a lot. It's looking really good.
You liking it?
Yeah, it's looking really good. Really in depth. But yeah, as far as Square Enix, the next big thing I think, of course, Final Fantasy VII Remake. They're gonna show more of that. They showed a trailer. I don't know, a month ago now, roughly, or it was in April or something like that.
Right.
And they're probably going to be more full fleshed out what we saw before. I'm expecting a release date for the first part of it because they're releasing it in parts for some reason. Square is weird. But yeah, we're going to see more of that, I think. I feel like if you didn't like what you saw from the previous trailer, if you're more of a... Because this one is not going to play like turn-based. I think it's going to be like action-y type RPG. I don't know if this will sell you more on it, but I'm looking forward to it because I never played Final Fantasy VII. Shock. But yeah, so and other stuff I think they might show. They have this other new game that they announced. I don't know who made it, but we'll probably see something. God, I forgot. Outsiders or something like that. Some game called something like that. It's they didn't really show much. They showed a teaser like this lady like in a dark enclosed capsule thing or something. Whatever. Okay. They're gonna show that. They're probably gonna show Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC
for sure.
stuff. Sure. I mean, if you didn't like it when it dropped, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't care about it, but
we'll see. Yep. Derek,
I'm not knocking anybody else. If you are interested in it, you're ready, can't wait for it. By all means.
Yep.
Go off, sis.
Go off, sis.
Gotta be sis.
Period.
Gotta be sis, bro.
It's got to.
Y'all sis.
But yeah. They showed something from last year. I'm trying to remember. Babylon's Fall. It's a new Platinum Games game. I'm a Platinum Games stand, so I'm expecting more of that. They didn't really show much last year. They showed like a little concept trailer, but maybe they'll show that. That's really it. I don't know what else they might show there.
At Ubisoft.
Yeah. Square Enix.
Square Enix. Sorry,
yeah.
That's what I meant. Why did I say Ubisoft? I don't know.
Oh, because we probably lasting fresh.
No, I'm just an idiot.
Yeah. Oh man, give yourself more credit.
Nah,
but yeah, and then of course Tuesday, at noon, that's Nintendo's E3 Direct. We don't have a full time for that yet, but it's expected to be around 45 minutes. I think they've already said it's going to focus more so on things releasing this year, which you would think they wouldn't have a lot, but they actually do have a few things that we know about. Luigi's Mansion 3. They did a short thing last year. We need to see more of that. I think that's coming this year. They're probably gonna show a little bit of maybe not much of Mario Maker, but that's coming out later in this month in June. True. We're probably gonna see a Smash Brothers DLC, which is rumored to be Banjo-Kazooie, which is wild to me. I will freak out as a grown ass man. They're probably gonna show that Link's Awakening remake again, and show more of that. That's this year probably. The big thing, they're gonna probably show Marvel's Ultimate Alliance because it's like a bigger release for them. I think the big thing that a lot of Nintendo people, not so much me, I'm not really into it. Animal Crossing. I think they're finally gonna show that.
Patrice plays Animal Crossing.
Patrice really likes Animal Crossing.
She loves Animal Crossing.
So I think she will really dig Animal Crossing because it's been a long time since the last one.
Right.
They don't like college. Like we're all playing.
Yeah,
Borderlands.
it's been a while time. Yeah. It's been a while.
So long time. It'll be on a console type thing. First time in a long time for that. It'll be HD. It's just a lot of first times for this Animal Crossing. So I'm not really an Animal Crossing fan myself. However, I want the Animal Crossing fans to get their game, preferably this year. They deserve it. Tired of seeing weird summoning circle memes on Twitter. It's very strange. But yeah, so that's that. As far as new things, there's been a rumor for a Witcher 3 port, which that's gonna be crazy because that's one of those games that like when people build PCs, that's one of their benchmark games because it's such a heavily intensive game. So I'm very curious how it's gonna.
Which is a good game, man. It's it's always on sale. You can get like Witcher, like literally all the Witcher 3 deals with the game and all DLC randomly on like any random day for like $15, bro. It's definitely worth it. It's a good game. I haven't beaten it. I never got all the way through it because it is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but it is really good. Like genuinely, it is a good game. Like it's fun. It's a little bit interactive. Like you've got to get used to it. Like you've got to get in there and kind of understand like what you're doing, the choices you're making, how you're leveling up your character. But it's a good game. Like if they port that, that's a big win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of rumor stuff for that. Actually, there's been a lot of rumor stuff for that. So I'm just, it's the Switch is a weaker system hardware wise, so there are going to be some cutbacks, some compromises, graphical fidelity, frame rate, stuff like that. So I'm just really curious, more so how it's going to turn out on it, if that does turn out to be true. I'm sure there's going to be some other third party stuff. We're probably not going to get a lot of the bigger things just because of we're kind of in this middle transitional to next gen and the hardware capability.
Right.
But I think we will see maybe a few surprise third-party things that you wouldn't expect on a Nintendo platform.
Right.
Don't expect the same support from PS4 and Xbox One as usual. Business as usual. Don't expect that. As far as new things, man, I'm not sure.
We just had the Pokemon announcement.
We did have the Pokemon announcement. True. They might show a little. We know they're gonna show Pokemon, or Pokemon will be at E3. Like if you're there, you could play it. It'll be on the show floor. Since they did have the direct a week or so ago, I don't think they're gonna do too much.
I think they're just gonna show like the trailer again. It's gonna be like, oh yeah, here's
or
Pokemon
like some
again.
quick parts of it. Yeah. So
we might get another Pokemon. I wouldn't be surprised if they showed us the second stages. So.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
they're gonna show. They're definitely gonna show the rest of the Pokemon stuff, right?
Well, not.
They usually do it in like drip feed until it releases towards like November. So honestly, usually what they've done by E3, they'll just kind of do like a live demo on their live stream during the week, the Treehouse, a live stream they do during the week, and they'll show like stuff that we've known about. They might show a couple new Pokemon, but nothing too mind blowing. New games, I think is best to temper expectations, just because I think there's a lot of stuff that's been announced that we don't know much about that they need to disclose. And Nintendo, they don't always put all their bags in one row for E3. They have their other directs throughout the year. So that's kind of what I think. As far as, if you're into who will win E3, I think it's either going to be, depending on how Square comes through, which they have the capability. I think Square might have the best show.
I feel like Nintendo will probably have the best surprises, if anything.
Perhaps. I'm kind of going in with kind of like just those few games I mentioned.
I'm going to take a hot take, and I think Microsoft's going to have the best show.
I can see that too. That was the other person I was going to say.
I think Microsoft is going to have the best show. I think they're going to come in and really kind of shock people with.
That's what I want, really.
With what their studios have done.
Yeah.
And that's more of a desire necessarily than like a factual, like what's going to happen.
True.
But I just believe that they will just wow us with what they've accomplished.
And what they're trying to prep for, next year.
How they're really going to make up for, this kind of joke of a console generation.
Mm-hmm.
That's essentially what it was. It was a joke.
Yeah.
And you can say whatever you want, try to spin it however you want. That's legitimately what it was. And I really think that we're in for a real what's the word? Oh fuck, my PC's cutting off. Hold on. I didn't get my charger. But I think we're in for a real uptick from them. I think we're in for a real burst of quality from them very soon.
Yeah, like yeah. I think I will agree with that to the most part. Yeah, so that as far as E3 this year, it's one of those E3s where it's like the one before like next gen will be coming through. So it's usually kind of like people are getting their last games out, or they might tease their next gen stuff, but we'll just have to see, man. I'm looking forward to it though, as every year. So, but yeah, that's pretty much all I got. My
okay. Is there any one big desire for you? I'm gonna go first because I want any of y'all to steal my shit.
Okay.
The Harry Potter RPG.
Oh, you know what?
There have been leaks. There have been potential. Listen. I want y'all to understand something. I want y'all to understand something. If they release, so supposedly this Harry Potter universe RPG is coming out. Is you're going to be set in a time before Harry even gets to Hogwarts. I think it's supposedly set maybe during the first Wizarding War, and you're going to be You're going to start as a fifth-year student, but it's supposed to be so interactive that even though you're already in your fifth year, so you're not building this character from like a first-year student, which would take you forever. Which is what I would love to do. Yeah. But I understand how, especially if you make it as deep as they're saying it may be, or the leaks are saying it may be, you'd be playing this game forever. Which, I mean, yeah, that's what I would do.
Perfect.
I would play. I
wanted this yesterday.
Yeah, I would delete all my other games and play this game forever. No problem. 100%. You mean I get to be Harry Potter? Yeah. Yeah. I think I will be. Oh, I'm trying out for the Quidditch team? Damn straight I am. I think that's what I'm doing. Derek, you going to work today? No, I'm not. No, the fuck I'm not. I'm hooking up my PlayStation at McDonald's, and I'm fucking playing the Harry Potter RPG. Oh, okay? Listen, I am hoping that something about this gets revealed at E3 this year. You know, there was rumors of it coming out last year and everything, and it still didn't come through. And if this comes out, bro, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. I'm literally gonna lose my mind. I'm going to freak out. We don't know. It's not nothing. Well, some people think it's Crystal Dynamics.
There was footage like last
Some
year.
people think it's Crystal Dynamics.
Like 2 years ago.
Crystal Dynamics, but they're working on the Avengers. Man, I actually
no. Sorry, no. Yeah, you're right. Crystal Dynamics working on the Avengers.
Well, I don't know that.
No. I know it's in my head. No, I got it. It's shit. It's gonna piss me off because this studio worked on something else that was good.
Doesn't Warner Brothers still own like Harry Potter?
They do, but it wasn't a Warner Brothers studio.
They probably
sorry. Rocksteady. It was Rocksteady. They were saying potentially Rocksteady.
Because we don't know what they're doing.
We don't know what they're doing. We don't know what they're doing. We have no clue what Rocksteady is doing.
That would be wild.
We have no reason to believe they're doing another Batman. So
there's been rumors they've been doing like Superman or for some reason a Suicide Squad game.
So people have rumored Superman and Suicide Squad. Some people have rumored a Green Lantern game. I've never seen no legs for it though, so I don't think it's true.
Yeah, that's probably people.
But people have rumored it, and
they doing Harry Potter.
And then the other one was like, wait, but what if they're doing Harry Potter? And everybody kind of froze. But everybody kind of froze and was like, wait, but we've seen the leaked images, and it was like, oh shit! Yeah. If we get a Harry Potter game that's like the Arkham games,
that like delivers and
oh my god, Rocksteady is like the Arkham games are really good.
They are,
but if they do Harry Potter, they might hit like how hot Guerrilla Games is right now after Horizon.
Yeah,
like they always did their thing with Shadowfall. It was cool, but when they did Horizon, it was like you saw them in a whole new light. Like, oh shit, y'all different. y'all different.
Got all my attention right now. Like,
bro.
Fuck with everything I said the past 15 minutes. Like
bro.
This.
Bro. You don't understand. If Rocksteady come out the gate with the Harry Potter RPG, that's it, bro. That's game time. That's it. Fuck whatever other exclusive you thought you were releasing.
That's right, because we were talking about a game that would make us go crazy if we were to see it at E3.
It's that.
Go stupid, go crazy.
That'd be the one.
It's that.
Definitely
go mentally deranged, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That'd be crazy.
Man, like,
I'm losing my mind, bro.
Rocksteady said
literally.
My phone battery looking stupid. Rocksteady said that they wouldn't beat E3, but you never know. They come through. They might
pop up on somebody's random stage.
They might come through and be like,
"You want me to buy an Xbox? Oh, have the Harry Potter RPG for sure. I'm buying your shitty ass console.
That's how you start.
$600, fine.
It's worth it. Worth it.
Fine. Fuck it. Just give me the fucking game.
Give it to me now.
Just give me that.
Oh. My ones are looking all small scale and shit. Like, God
I want Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
That wasn't what it was gonna be. No, that wasn't. That was me.
Hey, y'all can give y'all
that was me.
What y'all anticipating?
I'm anticipating Banjo-Kazooie, man.
No, that's a big game, man. That is. And because I've firsthand seen how much fun you've had with it. I'm excited. I'd be excited for you if I saw Banjo-Kazooie. I would text you immediately. Gerard.
Oh man. One thing I really want to see that I know it's not gonna be here. I really just want to see Bayonetta 3. Like that's like they got Astral Chain. I forgot to mention Astral Chain. They're gonna show that in Nintendo too, but that's coming in August. But yeah, like that's ever since they teased that. Like you can't say like when they had that Game Awards and they actually showed the teaser, I popped off so hard in the apartment. I'm sure I pissed everybody off in that building. I was like, yo, they're doing it. They're doing the third one.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Rest in peace, y'all ears. But no, like
Rest in peace, y'all ears.
Man, I just want to see. I just want to see gameplay. It cannot come out till next year. You don't hear. I just want to see some.
You want to
gameplay.
see something.
I just want to see something. I know I'm not gonna see
something,
but you never know. They might surprise us. Like, man,
hold out that hope, bro. Hold your head, bro. You never know.
Hey, Platinum might be out here looking kind of reckless.
You never
Show
know,
2 games. And that's I just
you don't know what these folks
because they've been talking about. They've been like, oh yeah, we're doing things a little different. We're kind of going a different scale. I just want to see it, man. I love me some action games. I'm just ready to see it. But that's me.
Okay.
Harry Potter goes second now. Damn it. That's my expectation. Shit.
So I'd say what I'm really banking on is probably never gonna happen, and Draw already knows what's gonna be.
What are you gonna say?
Because a man can dream. I want Shantae to be the character that they announced for Smash. Like real shit. Like, okay, so back when things were tough, that was a game I played and it helped me get through some tough times. And because of that, I fell in love with the character. I fell in love with the story, and ever since then, like I've been standing for Shantae to be in Smash. If she gets announced for Smash, I'm telling you now, I'm gonna nut like straight nut juice.
That was a lot. All right, yeah, go ahead, bro.
But yeah, like either an announcement for Bayonetta 3 or at least some gameplay to let us know what the fuck's going on,
right?
Or
might be aiming your sights
even
a little high,
even a dream game.
But you know what? Like I put money on. I want to see more of what this Avengers project is gonna be
for sure.
If it's because I'm thinking it's gonna be like DC Online, but a little bit better.
But third person, like over the shoulder. That's what I'm expecting.
Yeah, well, that's what DC Online was. It was third person.
I thought it was top down.
Oh, it was sort of.
Maybe you had both.
Yeah, sort of. It was sort of both. But like DC Online, like I feel like it could have been better. So.
It is an old ass game.
Yeah, and I don't. But the thing is, too, is I have that fear that that's going to be another thing for us Marvel stands to kind of like throw at DC stands, like, "Hi, y'all can't make games." Well, no, y'all can't make MMOs, so let me get my ass whooped. So,
whoa,
yeah,
that was unexpected slander. But hey, that's true.
Yeah, but like,
that's not gonna bother me. Injustice is still gonna be better.
Yeah, like I ain't gonna lie, Injustice. If they make what if the villain's fucking the Batman who laughs? If the villain is like any of the Dark Batman from Batman Metal, that'd be
in a Marvel game.
And fuck,
this nigga
wires cross.
That's what I was like. Wait,
what's this nigga talking about?
Wires
in a Marvel game. So
Anyways.
I think your one is another large scale DC game. That sounds like what it is.
Yeah, like yeah.
So you want
Perhaps.
a TC game but with Marvel characters? Okay, got it. Understood. Wrote down.
Literally everything will just crash. The sky will fall. Pigs will be like, "Wow, wings!" and they'll start flying.
Oh, have you had these?
Oh, that's what these are for.
Could you imagine? Yo, could you imagine pigs just figuring out they had wings, bro?
Like roaches,
like, oh shit,
like cockroaches,
and
but
just
less
like
scary.
their back unfolds, bro, and they just start flying. This nigga ain't about to cut this shit out. He like,
This is a
like,
bunch of
nah,
nonsense.
I refuse.
Oh my god!
Look, bro. Anyways,
The day they darken the sky.
Anyways, man, yeah. Listen, man, you're probably not gonna see my prediction. You're probably not gonna see it. That's my hope.
Man,
by the time this releases, hopefully we have seen it. If you have seen it, that means I've cried already. So there's that to consider while you're watching the Harry Potter RPG reveal. That I'm probably crying in, like, literally, physically.
Actually, see what that looks like.
if I see anything Banjo related,
you know what? I'll cry on
Instagram.
Instagram. No, I won't. I'm not gonna
Don't
cry
do
on
that.
Instagram.
That's
I'm
never a
crying
good
on
look.
Instagram.
Don't,
But the
that's
point
not good.
is, I will be very excited. Is my main overarching point is that I will be a very happy camper if they do reveal this in real life, like for realsy reals. I think that was the end of it for me. My computer died.
I say, what about Ian over here, man? Ian, be quiet as fuck, man. What you got?
Oh,
man?
Ian didn't say what.
I
No,
thought
Ian said Banjo Kazooie.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he said
He said Banjo.
Kazooie. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's my only
He
one.
said Banjo. Yeah, he said Banjo was his big thing. He's been crazy over it. That's what he wants to see.
Go stupid.
And
Go
so
crazy.
we all named games that haven't been confirmed or anything for E3. And obviously, by the time people hear it, maybe we have seen it or not. But at least y'all know we recorded this on Saturday. We don't know. These games aren't out yet. I would give y'all a more comprehensive FIFA update, but I genuinely didn't get to really delve into it and see it too much. So
We'll probably go back over it.
we'll go back over it in the recovery, and I might even call Sam just a bitch. I don't know. We'll see what we do with the with the backup episode, but yeah. So that's what it is. I will talk about FIFA next week for the 3 people along with me that care about it, and yeah. Y'all got any last E3 comments, predictions, anything about it?
I'm just ready.
Yeah.
It's that time of year.
Yeah. Well, we can cut some shit out.
We can definitely cut some shit.
Yeah. So, I think that was a pretty good episode. There's a lot to cut out of this episode. Probably some bullshit we bullshitting around. Yeah. That you may or may not hear, huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, anyways, that is what it is. Hope you guys enjoyed it. My computer is still acting up. Oh God. Anyways, hope you guys really enjoyed this episode. We enjoyed recording it. We had a lot. I'm having fun even on this stormy ass Saturday.
It's still raining.
Yeah, it's pouring down, but I'm still enjoying myself. So hopefully you guys are enjoying yourself. Anything else? You guys got anything else? Nothing at all. Ian knows I ramble at the end of these episodes, and he don't say shit, and he'd be mad because he'd be like, "Nigga, I just told you what time was."
Why do you say I'm just gonna stop recording? Let you ramble. I'm like,
I can hear when you stop
and then
recording.
bring it back in. Like,
I can
comment,
hear when you
subscribe,
stop
but
recording.
most importantly, enjoy. It's been Two Glitters Podcast.
I can hear when you start rambling again.
Well, I mean, thanks to our guest Cam.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Cam. Appreciate you coming through.
No problem. I'll let you know by next week if you're in the hospital or not. So
What?
Let you know, he said he'll let us know by next week if he's in the hospital for some reason, probably from watching too much anime porn.
Oh, that too.
That being said,
Cut the pot.
no, that has to stay in. That has to stay. Of all the shit, cut out me talking about Harry Potter to keep that in if you need to. Like, keep that in. Anyways. Cam's social media is Case Killer Cam.
Yeah.
You can find him at that. You can look at his weird porn fantasies like he likes to keep talking about.
Oh yeah, and also I'm streaming on Twitch, so just come through and say what's up. Yeah,
Oh, you start streaming on Twitch.
just like playing through games and whatnot.
Okay. So Cam streaming on Twitch now. There you go. He got a chance to plug himself. I don't know. We may either have Cam back next week, or we may just have somebody. We may just have people call in next week with their E3 reactions and shit. I don't know. We'll see. We should be back on track now. With the podcast, so you should have heard maybe 2 podcasts this week that you're going to hear this, but that's what it is. That's everything for right now. Yeah, so y'all know Geronimo, Berserk Music, Derek the Podcast Guy, Two Ugly Nerds Podcast. Follow us on Instagram. It's the main sites and everything like that. Anyways, yeah, like, comment, share.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend that wants to listen.
Why not?
To some black nerds.
You like games, which means you know other black people that like games, which means you can share the podcast with them. Duh. That's what the fuck we talk about. Anyways.
It's a no-brainer.
It is. It's easy. Like, you're listening. You're like,